What's going on, YouTubers? For ladies and gentlemen, it is the artist, formerly known as the Natural Born Thriller. Um, I'm trying to figure out this whole setup that StreamYard is doing here thanks to this desktop on my mobile phone. It's kind of confusing to me because I've never seen a setup at this. It's like they change it and everything in a way, but um, it's weird. But let's see. It says I'm live. Hopefully, it says I'm live. I mean, it told me I was live. So let me see what's going on here. If I'm playing at this. Okay, solo. Okay. And what's this here? Okay. Okay, I can go from there. Okay. I got you if I'm live too, by the way. Because I'm a little confused here about this new setup here on StreamYard. So let me go to YouTube before I begin start doing some topics before later on tonight, because later on tonight I'll be doing a live reaction for AEW Rampage. So just give me one moment. Gotta go to the home page. Here we go, YouTube. And it's not download. Just give me a moment, folks. So yeah, what I plan on doing here is do some topics that pertains to the Asylum show, the recent Asylum show that we did. I was a part of the show, but I didn't really say much because um I was getting ready to go to have a night with my sister, and there goes there goes the loud sound there. But anyways, sorry about that. So yeah, now I gotta do a sign in. But basically, what pertains to all this, okay, let me try to do it on TV then. There we go. So I'm sorry, folks. So the topics that we're talking about pertains to things that I want to talk about. One's about AJ Mendez, the former AJ Lee. The other one's about Booker T, about what he said. The whole tell me he didn't just say that, sucker. We'll get to that though. And I'm pretty sure yeah, know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure y'all do because y'all seen the sound show from last week. The one I want to talk about is the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of my favorites of all time in pro wrestling. And another one of my favorite wrestlers of all time in pro wrestling is the Phenom, the Undertaker. But more importantly, to talk about the one elephant in the room that I have yet to talk about yet, and I'll basically will say that for last, along with someone else who left too. By the way, I think I put in the wrong email. Yeah, I did. And I gotta go back. But it's an easy fix though. There we go. But yeah, I'll talk about that too. With this the house situation, and once we get hopefully when we get that done on time, we can get to the live reactions for AEW Dynamite. I mean AEW Rampage. Excuse me. Dynamite was this past Wednesday. Um, so that'll be something to look forward to later on tonight. Some matches that's gonna happen. On the one I'm looking forward to the most is Andrade El Idolo getting his TNT Championship title match against Sammy Guevara, the double champion, the undisputed TNT champion. All right, just gotta do a little more. Just try and put in the password. Okay. Oh, wrong password. And I got erase all this just to get to that to the beginning because I spelled I spelled something else. Okay, now I got it right. But yeah, but once I get to it, folks, um I'll talk more in depth into it because there's something I want to say pertains to the whole thing, and there's something that got put on blast for that too. But we'll get to that. There we go. The correct password. All right. Now let's see how I look. All right, just give me a moment. So yes, I am live. Just want to make sure I'm live. That way, I could get started. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. So, what I'm going to do here is, first off, I'll put in the topics in the private chat, and I'll also share to you two folks what pertains to what I want to talk about. But after I already kind of told you what I want to talk about anyway, but still, but I'll still write in the comments though. Um, I'll be talking about. Let me paste before AEW Rampage comes on. There we go. And I'm gonna be doing this solo, by the way. This solo topic I'm gonna be doing, and I'll put it in there. I want to see it in the chat. I'll be talking about AJ Mendez, Booker T, Charlotte Flair. Oh yeah, of course, Charlotte Flair too. I gotta give my take about Charlotte Flair, about the whole good and bad thing to say about Charlotte Flair. I forgot about that. My fault. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Cody Rhodes. Oh yeah, Brandy Rose too, whatever, and the Undertaker. Before AEW Rampage comes on. All right. So that being said, let's get right into it, folks. Before I do, just gotta check one more thing before we get started. Thank you, CJ. And hey, CJ. Damn it. All right, let me say this again. Basically, I'll talk about AJ Lee. AJ Mendez. So yeah, thank you again, CJ, for letting me know. I forgot to put myself on mute. I'll send the link out later, by the way, guys. I'll send it before Rampage comes on. But I gotta say something pertains to the topics in hand before I get to that. Hopefully, I'll have time to do it. And after realizing that I mute myself while I was talking, CJ point out that I was muted. Now I gotta make it short now. So basically, I was talking about AJ Lee, going by AJ Mendez, and you remember her time from WWE, pertains to NXT season 3, all the way to the main roster with Caitlyn, Chickbusters, ended up being with Bryan Danielson, who at the time was Daniel Bryan, World Heavyweight Champion, and they were an on-screen couple. And also Bryan lost the belt in 18 seconds and blamed her for it because the whole kiss of death thing, that's what it was. And then she ends up being possessed, obsessive, becoming a stalker, and then she ends up being one of those crazy chicks in a way, and also she ends up paired up with CM Punk, and then what pertains to other things they did with her too, pertains to this some books that made no sense in a way. But she was over. She was getting over with that that type of character that she was being portrayed as, and what they do with that, they squander it. How they squander it? By being her by having her with John Cena. Another reason to overrate fuckboy Buckethead, piece of trash. And then they have her with AJ Lee having her with Dolph Ziggler, and then later on ends up being with Biggie Langston. Biggie Langston ends up joining, who came from NXT, the Black and Gold brand of NXT, probably good old days of the Black and Gold brand of NXT. And from there, AJ Lee became the champion, the Divas champion, even though it's not the championship title that I would want her to win, but that was the title that was there. So they gave it to her from there, and she became the longest-reigning Divas champion until they have a piece of trash and Nikki Bella breaking that record. So after the whole CM Punk debacle, being released, well, yeah, in a way, yeah, actually he was released, but basically with him, leaving the way he did, and everything that happened after WWE, she still worked in the WWE, and from there it was an uncomfortable situation with AJ Lee, and from there, AJ Lee, was buying her time until it was time for her to leave, and she did after WrestleMania, but she still wrestled on Raw until announcement like around Tuesday or maybe Wednesday we found out about AJ Lee has parted ways from WWE, which rightfully so, because it was a very uncomfortable situation, because this could be a gospel type of talking behind AJ Lee's back, because the whole thing with CM Punk and WWE not being in good terms anymore, and that's basically what it ended up being. And from there, she's been gone from wrestling. She's been retired from wrestling, and we haven't seen her since. Until and maybe seeing from other things too, like some certain TV movies in a way, or maybe shows in a way. But she's been actively away from wrestling since obviously the same thing with CM Punk. So until it was like around September or November, maybe, that we heard an announcement that she's gonna be in partnerships with WoW Super Heroes, which is basically women's of wrestling, and it's just all controversy going on there relates to AJ Lee, AJ Mendez, as you say now, because that's her name now, AJ Mendez, with her being involved with this promotion. That also is going to involve Tessa Blanchard, the same Tessa Blanchard who has been nothing but being in a way blackballed by Impact Wrestling, WWE, AEW, yeah, and especially from AEW for someone like her dad, Tully Blanchard, who's in AEW. Not even AEW doesn't want to touch Tessa Blanchard, the daughter of Tully Blanchard. But WoW they had no problem with that though. after everything that's happened with Tessa Blanchard of her of her allegations of what she said, and is it allegations or is it can't remember, but but you get my point. The whole racist thing that she said, and other things that she's been a bully, and she has yet to apologize. She has yet to admit any uh, to admit of her wrongings in a way. But yeah, but there you go. But the fact is, with AJ Mendez, we're saying sort of being back in wrestling, not in the ring. Just now talks about her that she wants to get back in the ring. Now, are we gonna have the same AJ Mendez that we have seen her from years ago from WWE? Who knows? I'm happy to see that she think about make her a possible in ring return. Now, what does that mean? She's gonna make her in ring return in the promotions that she's currently in right now, or maybe in promotions like in other places, like in Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor when it comes back, NWA, AEW, any other type of promotions out there pertains to pro wrestling, especially the indies. Is she interested to to be wrestling from those companies? What pertains to the forbidden door, So that's gonna be something to look forward to see if she is decide that wants to come back in the ring. I miss her, by the way. I do miss her getting back in the ring. I miss her wrestling. I miss everything that about her, and I guess she's doing well after all these years being away from WWE. So, that's my thoughts about AJ Lee, about my situation with about her, pertains to her possibly want to get back into the ring. So hopefully that happens. Give me one moment, folks. Got to do something here. Okay, there it is. My fault, folks. Oh, give me one moment, folks. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Now, next topic is about Booker T, about what he said. Because tell me you didn't just say that, sucker. So Booker T talked about during his time in TNA wrestling, for the 2 years he's been there, I'm assuming that he didn't like the position he was in, and with him, leaving, he talked to guys like AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, and Samoa Joe. Basically try to convince them to leave and go elsewhere, mainly going to WWE, because after Booker T's time in TNA wrestling, where he went back to all places, WWE. Who who else went there? Kevin Nash. And good thing Sting didn't go there yet until years later he has a dude going there, and then they did what they did with him. But the subject with AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, and Samoa Joe. Only one out of the three ends up doing great things for WWE. Namely, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, who sold a lot of merch of his T-shirts, his caps, his hoodie, her vest, his gloves, even change, the change, like a you wear around your neck, any type of merchandise that they could give to anyone that could draw, and AJ Styles is that draw. He is that type of draw in pro wrestling. So in a way, we kind of knew he was going to make it, but we're not sure that it sounded like Vince McMahon was going to be the type of guy to push him, because there was first about Vince McMahon saying to AJ Styles that he's can't remember exactly how he said it, a pissqueak. Basically, want to ride back to squash that pissqueak in a way. And because of the fan interactions, the reaction that he got from the Royal Rumble of his debut, which is phenomenal debut. Didn't win it though, but still phenomenal debut because of the crowd reactions and because of his performance. One of the best all-around wrestlers in the world in AJ Styles, he ends up proving a lot of doubters wrong. And I know there are a lot of doubters there that were proven wrong, that even they admitted that they were wrong about AJ Styles. Where it tends to when he eventually goes to WWE, that he's not gonna mean as much that is people claim that he's gonna mean anything pertains to him being outside of WWE. And then when he ends up proving them wrong, some of them end up admitting that they were wrong about AJ Styles. I always feel like the AJ Styles, wherever he goes, he's gonna get over no matter what. And if anyone doesn't see, anyone with two eyes who doesn't see that, you're blind. But that's besides the point. What's going on here? So, anyways, so AJ Styles made it. Former United States champion, former Intercontinental champion, former tag team champion. I was going to say he was a former tag team champion, but then I realized he is a former tag team champion with Omos. But multiple times WWE champion. I think he's a two-time United States champion, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I could, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, AJ Styles, also ends up being one of the longest reigning WWE champions, in this modern era. And to see where AJ Styles is at right now, he's doing great things. And with him resigning with WWE, we all, some like me already knew he wasn't going to go anywhere, because he's a man of his word. He's a man of honor that said he's going to retire in WWE. If anyone's upset of him, resign with him, don't be, because at the end of the day, he's doing it for his family. He's doing it for his legacy, his career, and there's nothing else much for him to do outside of the WWE other than what, go to AEW. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he would do great things for AEW, but at the same time, he wants to retire in the WWE, because he's not gonna be around that long anymore. He's not gonna be long, around for that long anyways. Who knows how much left he's got in the tank before he decides to call it quits. So anyone needs to understand that AJ Styles is doing what's best for him and what's best for his family. Now, with him making $3 million, though, I think he should get more than $3 million, because he's worth more than $3 million. But well, whatever, right? But anyways, but AJ Styles, he's doing great things in WWE. I can't say the same thing with Bobby Roode or Samoa Joe. We got with Samoa Joe. He ends up being fired not once but twice. If they saw value in Samoa Joe, they would have kept him, but instead they fired him. And and that's nothing. They didn't even want him when he was first getting over in the Indies, and especially pertains to TNA and Ring of Honor. This guy could have been signed a long time ago, but the thing is, they never wanted him until finally, when there was a thing called NXT, the Black and Gold brand of NXT, one of those glow days. Triple H, who was close friends with Samoa Joe, who always praised Samoa Joe, he brought him in when his contract was up from TNA Wrestling, and with his being temporary being there for Ring of Honor until he decided to go to TNA. I mean to NXT, I meant to say. And from there, Samoa Joe, they gave him that push that he deserved. Since him going to the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Club, going at teaming along with Finn Balor, going at the Finn Balor for the the NXT Championship title numerous occasions. Never got the big win he should have gotten until the house show they did. And then he has been the first guy to beat the Demon on NXT and to retain his NXT Championship title. Had the match against Nakamura, lost it, and then won it back, only to lose it back to Nakamura again. And from there, Samoa Joe was hanging around for NXT with just house shows in a way until he got the call up, because the thing is, he was not even supposed to touch the main roster. This man had nothing to do. Just want anything to do with Samoa Joe coming into the main roster until he heard he was selling a lot of T-shirts from NXT. So what did they do? They want him to be on the main roster, and he sold a lot of merch from there too. But the thing is, they never treated him seriously. Yeah, he may cut serious promos and all. He may look serious and all, because that's Samoa Joe. He is a badass. But they never really fully behind him until they did get fully behind him. We're taking his program with Brock Lesnar only for him to lose to Brock Lesnar, where that was a great match, by the way. And of all pay-per-views, great balls of fire. But from there, Samoa Joe, what was left for Samoa Joe to do after that? Because they never saw anything of him. Triple H did, William Regal did. Why this man? Why some other people from behind the scenes never saw that in Samoa Joe? I have no clue. Is because he's overweight? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But Samoa Joe is one of those hidden gems that they should treat it right. And the fact that they didn't do it, and we saw the value that they thought of him. And yes, he was older at the time. He's older and all, and he's the injury caught with him. He's ended up being injury prone because of that, and he lost a lot of opportunities because of that too. Ends up being on commentary and does things for with them until he got fired, and then also Triple H brought him back on NXT. You know, the final days of the Golden Brand NXT before it became NXT shit. And Samoa Joe was champion again, you know, and unfortunately Samoa Joe had to drop it because of injury bullshit. And what happened after that? He was working behind the scenes until he got fired. Twice got fired. Yes, maybe as his champion. I don't remember if he's ever been in the Crown champion. All I remember is he's been announced as champion about what, twice or three times. Other than that, what was he done on the main roster? Huge letdown. And then Bobby Roode. Oh, Bobby Roode, the it factor of professional wrestling, the longest reigning and TNA World Champion of all time, ends up being um you going to NXT with this whole glorious gimmick, and he got over like crazy, and became NXT champion, beating Shinsuke Nakamura, which that led to Nakamura going to the main roster, and from there lost the belt from Drew McIntyre, and from there went to the main roster, and he was and his the glorious thing he was doing over him on NXT was he was a heel. All of a sudden he becomes he comes to SmackDown against Dolph Ziggler, that whole rivalry, and he was a babyface. And from there, he was not just champion, he was 24/7 champion, tag team champions with Dolph Ziggler, the Dirty Dogs. He was called Robert Roode with a mustache, and then he lost a couple of his matches. This whole repackage of Bobby Roode as being Robert Roode, and he was also tag champion with Chad Gable too, by the way. So there you go. The whole glorious thing that they had Chad Gable do as well. Other than that, and of what I've seen on Twitter, he went right back to NXT with Dolph Ziggler. So yeah, even though Robert Roode is there, or should I say Big Bob? So even though he's there, he's not doing anything great in there either. The times of him doing great things, when he was on NXT, are long gone. And you think with him doing great things on NXT shit, it's going to make any difference? I think not. So yeah, when it takes a Booker T, like who the fuck are you to even tell these three to go elsewhere? But when you knew that they were happy with their rap before, even despite how Samoa Joe was always being booked on TNA, despite how the TNA wrestlers was treating AJ Styles during his final years, and despite what happened with Bobby Roode with poor decision of Hulk Hogan. But who are you to tell these guys to go elsewhere? One of the things I don't agree with Booker T of what he said there. But yeah, that's one of the things I want to talk about as well. And since I got that out, now I want to talk about something else. So where is it? Here it is. Charlotte Flair. Okay, good thing about Charlotte Flair and a bad thing about Charlotte Flair that I want to say. The good thing I can say about Charlotte Flair is that she's a good wrestler. And there are a lot of bad things I could say about Charlotte Flair, but I'll say this since her ring on work. Her moonsault is fucking terrible. It's bad. She needs to do something with that moonsault. Otherwise, stop doing this, Charlotte Flair. So that's my good and bad things about Charlotte Flair. There you go. Now, maybe we'll talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin before I get to the Undertaker, and then I'll save Cody Rhodes for last. Stone Cold Steve Austin talks about well, he was talking about, but WWE was talking to him about possibly to bring him back into the ring to wrestle, and basically pertains to WrestleMania that's gonna be in Dallas, WrestleMania 38. And either way, Stone Cold Steve Austin is gonna be there either way, but for as far as what his role's gonna be, I don't know. But the role there, all the rumors that we're hearing of his role is gonna be is that they're planning on having him wrestle. Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the ring to wrestle. How old is Stone Cold right now? 51. Last I checked, he's somewhere in his 50s, right? And he's a lot older now. Yeah, he looks like he's in good shape and all. This is the same Stone Cold Steve Austin who had knee problems. The same Stone Cold who somebody may not know of, back in 1998, he had a staph infection, which he had to wear that elbow pad, which looked awkward. But I got used to it, and also it went away. And I never understand why he wore it in the first place until later on in the years. I found out why he was wearing it, because he had a staph infection. Why he was their top guy, their face of the company, their world champion. So, and also neck problems. Even before what happened with him back at SummerSlam of '97 with Owen Hart, he had neck. I heard he had neck problems going in either way, and that basically didn't do him any favors of what Owen Hart did to him. Which it was an accident though, but at the same time, Stone Cold hold grudges for that to the day of Owen Hart's death. But that's besides the point. But the point is, Stone Cold. Am I excited to see Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the ring? Oh hell no! And I'll tell you why. Because yes, I am a fan of Stone Cold Steve Austin. The whole Austin 316. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. The Texas rattlesnake, the bionic. What was that nickname he had? That they gave him, the bionic redneck. I believe that's what it was. One of the greatest of all times, in my opinion, one of the greatest of all times to ever do it in the ring, and pertains to promos, and pertains to the way he carried himself, the way he presented himself. No, I'm always going to be a fan of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Always going to be a fan of his work. Always going to be a fan of what he brought to the table, because he was a draw. He was a humongous draw. He had a humongous pop during those times. It's just unbelievable how Stone Cold got over the way he got over, because he was not even part of the plan. Their plan during that time was Stone Cold getting white hot during the time, was for Hunter Hearst Helmsley, a blue blood character, to get over as their guy. And because the whole curtain call thing that happened in 1996, when Scott Hall, who was Razor Ramon, ended up leaving, and they had Kevin Nash, who was Big Daddy Cool Diesel, who was leaving, Shawn Michaels, who was the champion. So who was the guy they was going after? Who had to suffer, who had to be punished? Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And from there, Hunter Hearst Helmsley had to eat a plate of shit and had to like it, and he did. Which by the way, rightfully so. Fuck Triple H. And so, Stone Cold. Look, I love Stone Cold. He's allowed to make a decision all he wants, but I don't think he should go back in the ring, in my opinion, because we've seen how he looked back in 2011. I'm assuming it's 2011 because I was during a time when the Miz was champion and Alex Rider was still riding his coattails. Stone Cold did not look good in the ring. when he was battling Miz and Alex Riley, which is defending himself to beat him up during that time when he was doing Tough Enough. When Stone Cold was being the host. So what pertains to that whole thing, I saw how he was working in the ring. How he was and he had to keep up with guys like Alex Riley and the Miz, and I like that didn't look good. That didn't look good at all because of his injuries. It caught with him, unfortunately. And there's gonna be a lot more injuries of that coming up between Stone Cold, and who knows if he even got past the medical pertains to to the WWE doctors. But I had no interest in Stone Cold wrestling. Am I interested in seeing Stone Cold at WrestleMania though? Absolutely. He's Stone Cold Steve Austin at the end of the day. But I had no interest of seeing him wrestling. And of all people, he's going to be wrestling against Kevin Owens. And I'm hearing what they're doing. It's going to be like, it's going to be Kevin Owens, crapping on, the city of Dallas, Texas, and doing stunners and all that. And it's going to be the Battle of the Stunner. And it made me think and wonder, is that why they kept, Kevin Owens? Is that why they convinced Kevin Owens to stick around WWE? For him to sign that contract so that he won't go elsewhere? Because they promised him a match against Stone Cold at WrestleMania. Hopefully that's true. If that is true for Kevin Owens, he better hope that's true. Otherwise, why is he there? Why did you tell him that just for to turn around and say, oh yeah, Stone Cold can't make it because he's not because again, what if he doesn't pass the medical exam? Which is to him, if he's even going to be able to compete. If he's even going to be medically clear to compete against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, then what's Kevin's going to do from there? And basically the question, why did you resign with this company, Kevin Owens? Why did you resign? But hopefully he gets that match at WrestleMania against Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's the story I'm hearing about what they're doing. Kevin Owens kept around on the city of Dallas, Texas, and doing stunners to he's been doing stunners for quite a while in WWE because Stone Cold gave him his blessing to do it as well. So, but who knows how they're gonna play this out? Will Stone Cold make it appears on Raw to say something to Kevin Owens about this whole thing? Is that how they're gonna build up in the way? Who knows? But it's interesting to see what they do. Now, if Stone Cold decides to do come back in wrestling, why of all places will Stone Cold will come back in wrestling like a WWE based on the booking that they've been doing right now with all the talents that they're doing, not even trying to build up new stars, and they think bringing Stone Cold to Austin is going to help. Oh yeah, that's nothing too why they want to bring Stone Cold in 2-hour because their ticket sales for WrestleMania Night 2 is not doing a good job. Night 1 though is doing a great job, but Night 2 sucks to a T. Until they learn to fix that problem, and which then they're not going to, by the way, because this man there's nothing to be fixed there. Their solution, to put a band-aid over a wound, is to bring in a nostalgia talent like Stone Cold to fix their problems. That's not going to fix their problems for the long haul because Stone Cold's not going to be around forever. Brock Lesnar's not going to be around forever. Who else? Goldberg. I think he's done. By the way, I'm pretty sure he's done because that was his last match was Elimination Chamber, which I will say that for later on. But like, who else is there? Who else is left for WWE to bring back for nostalgias? Like what they did with Lita, and we'll hear about Trish Stratus coming in to maybe have a match against Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. Stop relying on old guards. Rely on the people you got in your roster right now. That's your problem. This is why no one can get over. This is why you don't get to get over. And this is why the WWE fanboys won't give them a chance to get over too. Because you always got to rely on old guards coming in to sell tickets in a way. Let's just say they can't do it on their own, which is selling tickets. Which is a big problem because you guys got regard someone like a Stone Cold coming in, and yet you fail to build up new stars, new talents for people to care about them so they go spend money on tickets to go to a show to see them, and then root for them to give that big pop. But we're not going to get that if you're not going to care to even try to at least try to give these guys some good stories, some good writing of how to get them over. So the fact that you're bringing Stone Cold in to fix all your problems that you're currently doing right now, that's pathetic. Am I excited to see Stone Cold come to WrestleMania? Oh hell yeah! Am I excited to see him to wrestle after I saw what he looked like in the ring back in 2011? Oh hell no! And that's no disrespect to Stone Cold. That's just how I feel. But that's my take on Stone Cold. Sorry, folks. I have to take care of something right now. All right. Now we're out of the way. Now we're talking about one more person before. One more person before I get to the big topic in hand, and that is the Phenom, the Undertaker. Another one of my favorite and greatest wrestlers of all time. The Undertaker. Me seeing him back in the 90s when he wrestled guys like Bam Bam Bigelow, IRS, Yokozuna, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kane, Mankind, Triple H, The Big Show, Batista, Randy Orton, Ric Flair. I can go on and on, even if you know what I mean. He's going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Finally, about time. He should have been in there a long time ago. A long time ago. In fact, he should have been in the WWE Hall of Fame with his streak still intact, because he should never have lost a streak. He should never have lost a match against Brock Lesnar. Even beforehand, he should never have lost a match against Roman Reigns. Undertaker should have retired with the streak. And with him to retire with the streak, it should have been submitted to of his legacy into the WWE Hall of Fame. But the fact that Undertaker is going to the Hall of Fame, I think is great, because he deserves it. He is a great wrestler. Based on how I saw him wrestle back in the 90s, great wrestler. And yes, his character was him being a dead man, a zombie in a way, But I loved it. I thought it was unique. And in fact, if you ask me, what got me into wrestling, I would say it wasn't just the wrestling. It was someone who intrigued me in wrestling. It's not Ultimate Warrior, but in a way it was kind of Ultimate Warrior. But I never knew Ultimate Warrior before I knew Undertaker. But basically, if you ask me, but again, if you ask me, it wasn't Ultimate Warrior. It was definitely not Hulk Hogan. It was not Stone Cold. It was not The Rock. It was not Shawn Michaels. It was not who else got put in there? Within the 90s. I think it's someone from WCW, if I can recall. Someone from it wasn't Macho Man Randy Savage. But I saw him in WWF before he was in WCW though. But that's not the point. It wasn't Ric Flair. And that's how far I'll go from there. It wasn't any of those guys. To me, it was the Undertaker. The Undertaker, just based on his presence, and then what's into the to him evolving with the purple gloves. Oh my God! Just that itself is what got me into wrestling, because of the Undertaker. And the Undertaker is, to me, is right up there in my top 10, my top 5 as one of my greatest wrestlers that I ever looked up to. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, a legendary character in professional wrestling, and his wrestling was great, despite anyone thinks about of his wrestling, because of his character. And even with him adding some MMA influence into us as well later on in the years, with him American Badass, even with days of him Mystery of Darkness. But yeah, Undertaker, man, he was that guy for me. He was that man for me in pro wrestling, and rightfully so to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. In fact, I'll not be upset if he's the only one that's going into the Hall of Fame. the only person to be in the Hall of Fame, it should be the Undertaker. You could do a lot of things to do a great show to contribute for the Undertaker's Hall of Fame to be in there. You could put out any type of atmosphere. You could put out any type of things you could do. Something you can gravitate to fans to come in to buy tickets to go to the Hall of Fame ceremony to just see the Undertaker and to see everything else that's going to be surrounding based on the Undertaker of his life and career. Hell, you can even bring back the holographic Paul Bearer to be there and say, "Oh yes, I'm Undertaker," that whole thing. There's a lot of things you could do just for the showcase for the Undertaker to go in the Hall of Fame. Now, will they do it? I don't know, but hopefully, Undertaker is the only person to be in the Hall of Fame. If it's more person in the Hall of Fame, oh well, that's a missed opportunity that once again WWE is once again doing a missed opportunity there. So, but anyway, I'm happy for Undertaker to be in the Hall of Fame, and hopefully, will Undertaker be in the Hall of Fame. Hopefully that his wrestling will, because yes, we haven't seen wrestle since his match against AJ Styles, the Boneyard match. Was a Boneyard match. We're still to this day trying to find out what's a Boneyard match, but hopefully with his wrestling career, it could finally rest in peace. So hopefully that has been the case, because there's one thing that I don't like with wrestlers. And I'll give Terry Funk a pass because it's become a running theme, a running joke of Terry Funk with him. But the one thing I want to see what a pro wrestler is for them to stay retire and keep their word that they're going to stay retired. Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, Goldberg, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair. Well, Ric Flair is a different story, but that's beside the point. But anyways. But hopefully, that this ends up being the case for the Undertaker. Hopefully, this is it for Undertaker. He really is retired for wrestling. So, and the Hall of Fame should be the right way for Undertaker to retire. And now we get to the final topic. The Throne Breaker himself, the American Nightmare, Homelander himself, Cody Rhodes. Oh, and Bray Rhodes too, whatever. Cody Rhodes is no longer in AEW after being the founder of AEW, creating this whole thing of this is a revolution with his promo from Double or Nothing from back in 2019, from wrestling his first being the first wrestler to have a match on Dynamite on TNT against Sammy Guevara, and promising that he never got the world title, when it to his match against Chris Jericho at Full Gear if he lost, and he did keep his word because of the contract he signed, and everything he's been through of his being match against MJF, and then being in the TNT Championship title tournament that he won, which was an Eagle drive type of thing that he did, and then with him doing the open challenges, which was great that he did that, minus him burying people, but him having a match against Brody Lee and losing the way he did. Amazing, and then winning back in the dog collar match, which was a great match, but I disagree with him winning. Then him putting over Darby Allin from Full Gear from 2020 during this whole pandemic that's been going on too, by the way, and then Cody Rhodes, other things, to bury people along the way. And with him taking shots at WWE, which is promos that he's been doing too as well. And then getting booed, what he should have been trying to heel, but refused to because he can come up with type of excuses of why he won't do it. Went back to TNT title, only from the to drop it back to Sammy Guevara, which is that great match that I had, which ended up being his last match. But and on top of that, set himself on fire for his company. Only for him to leave because he and Tony Khan had a falling out of their contracts negotiations, and the position of Cody Rhodes that he should have been presented with him being the VP of AEW. All that has been thrown away because of disagreements that ends up being a fallout between the two. And Brain Rose went along with Clay Rose, but who cares about Brain Rose? But with Clay Rose leaving, and after what they did on Dynamite, by not having his his him in the graphics of of Dynamite, and also with Rampage too, by the way. And I knew maybe they're not gonna mention him, but in the way they did kind of mention him, Excalibur did. Doesn't mean they want to they want to what's the word? Basically like how WWE do with Chris Benoit. For keep forgetting how they say it. Which is banishing the name, never mention the name ever again, that whole type of thing. Names been taboo, something like that. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be something like that, but it's not being the case with Cody Rhodes thing, unless you're Chris Jericho, who did that promo from with Eddie Kingston this past Wednesday. But that's just me. But anyways, when Cody Rhodes gone, what's gonna happen with AEW? Well, AEW, let's be honest, AEW, it got hit because of that, because Cody Rhodes was gone. The ratings was the poor ratings from last week, I meant to say. And then this week ends up being better because they're about to right back up. So everything that Cody Rhodes said on his promo before he did what he did, leaving the way he did, even working with AEW, pertains to him, of his contract on was expired back in December, and he's working with a shaking hand agreement with Tony Khan. That's pretty interesting the way it was done. That was done too. Because Cody Rhodes was the TNT champion, he could went to other companies with the TNT title at the time, even in WWE, if he wanted to. Especially when it takes rumors of him being a Rumble, or people were creating rumors that he's going to be in a Rumble because that whole thing. But that not been the case either way. But thank God, because that would make AEW look bad. But Cody Rhodes, but I believe Cody Rhodes is not that type of guy to do that anyways. But the fact is, Cody Rhodes left, and everything that I once believed of Cody Rhodes, or what he did for AEW after he left in WWE, because there's rumors of him going back to WWE. I'll believe when I see it. Until he goes to WWE, is there any signs of him going to WWE, then I'll say something about it. But for now, I'll just say this, which is Cody Rhodes, if he ever goes back to WWE, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I hear it first, because I ain't watching WWE to find out about it. Hell, it might happen at WrestleMania, who knows? But I'm not gonna be around to watch WrestleMania anyways. I got something to do on during those days. So, but the fact is, Cody Rhodes, everything that I believe about Cody Rhodes, or what he said on his promos, in AEW, I believe him. After the way he left, I don't know what to believe anymore out of Cody Rhodes' mouth. Now, as far as the shirt goes, I did believe in this. Cody Rhodes being the throne breaker. Because taking shots at WWE and Triple H, because Triple H opened up his big mouth at the Hall of Fame back in 2019. This whole pissant t-shirt company that he once said to AEW. And fuck Pat McAfee, by the way. But, joking or not, by the way, fuck Pat McAfee for even saying that. But, I believed in Cody Rhodes at one point. Maybe he could go elsewhere. Maybe who say he has to go to WWE? Maybe he could go to maybe he wants to be a bigger star in the Indies again, like he did before. Maybe he wants to work out other offices, or where he could have his ego be drawn in that type of way. Maybe that's what you want to do. Who say he's got to go to WWE? He could go elsewhere. He could try to go to New Japan. He could try to go to All Japan. He could go to Impact. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but we'll see. He can go to Ring of Honor when it comes back. He can go to NWA. He can go to any promotions out there. He can even go to House of Glory. Any type of wrestling promotions out there that's that he can make a lot of money in that company. Because I heard those money issues too, by the way. But I once believed in Cody Rhodes of everything he said with his promos. especially what he said in AEW, during his time in AEW. But now, I'm officially retiring this T-shirt of Clay Rose, of ever wearing this T-shirt ever again in the public until he someday come back to AEW, or in a way come corn back to AEW. I'm officially retiring this T-shirt until the day he comes back to Ring of Honor. I mean, to All Elite Wrestling, I have to say. I once believed in Clay Rose, but now I'm believing in one wrestling company that is doing a great job right now with everything that's been doing right now, with or without Clay Rose being there. I believe in AEW. I believe in All Elite Wrestling. With or without Clay Rose, AEW will be fine. And Brandy Rose, good riddance. She didn't belong in wrestling to me, anyways. Someone like Brandy Rose doesn't belong in wrestling. Someone like Brandy Rose is like a Manny Rose in NXT shit, who's not good in the ring. So there you go. That's all I gotta say from there. I want to do some other type of rants too in a way, but I guess I'll say that for another time, because right now, let's get ready to tune in for this one wrestling company that I believe in, and that is AEW Rampage. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to watch AEW Rampage for February 25th, 2022, without Clay Rose there, because All Elite Wrestling is the place to be. Let me lower down the volume now. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna send out the link to those that's gonna be a part of it. All right, just gotta wait till the show comes on. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, that's the right that's the right channel. Here we go. This is the right channel. All right, where's that link? Give me a moment, folks. Well, this is Rampage. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. It is time for AEW Rampage, ladies and gentlemen. And the opening match is the Undisputed TNT Championship title match. What? Okay. I disagree with that though. I think that should have been the main event. Damn.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, CJ, what's good?
I'm doing right. How are you?
All right, doing good. I can't believe this is the opening match.
Yeah. And just freaking Sammy just flips him off.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. They're trying to kill him on the ropes.
Sammy Guevara has been on, but what about Andrade? Andrade's been a champion in Mexico. He's been a champion in Japan. He's been a champion in the United States.
Notification here.
To achieve those great heights. And he, being Andrade, is unbeaten in 2022, sitting at 3-0. It's also his first title shot, Chris. Look that up, Andrade. First title shot here in AEW. Absolutely.
Andrade didn't like that.
When he has a pedigree like that, you know there's an intensity there and a desire to win. But Sammy Guevara.
Man, I swear with how much some of the shit Sammy can do, he could have done the whole parkour thing like John Morrison did. Hey, Kat.
Hey,
All right, Cat. Well, that's good. Whoa.
In South Carolina, Columbia, at the Colonial Life Arena on Wednesday, March 30th, and then in April, we'll be debuting in New Orleans, Louisiana at the
Smash Fly.
on Wednesday, April 13th. Tickets on sale for both events right
Only
now.
on one count. Wow.
You mentioned that Andrade's got slow contest. I want to say that Sammy Guevara, I think his high flying and acrobatic skills are a little bit underrated here in AEW. As an athlete, he's at the top of the list of this entire roster. No argument at all. I'm a big fan of what this guy can do next Calvin being Sammy Guevara for sure. But Andrade El Idolo, if he knows anything, it's how to neutralize high flyers. But he ate that common Geary right there, Sammy Guevara. Sammy's going for this move here. It's springboard or something.
Oh, God. And Sammy just freaking just about ate shit there.
The next 90 seconds of this TNT Championship match will be a picture-in-picture, and you will not miss a second. You're watching AEW Rampage, presented by State Farm. So, I called back.
Oh.
The State Farm agent. Text the next day. Is that even legal? And get this.
are those baseball pants?
Oh.
Not
No,
sure.
not really.
Whoa,
Look
guys.
More like
baseball pants.
Actually get to know you. It's called
To me, it's more like a soup type of
Yeah.
Pinstripe.
Yeah.
yeah, like how the Mafia wears.
Have you ever seen like Black Mask in any of like the animated Batman films or something like that? Any of the Arkham Asylum games that when he was in it, it's like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm too incompetent to play those games. I can't do it.
I've never played the Arkham Asylum games, but I have watched videos on them. They actually are pretty good. Except for maybe that prequel one, but I don't know.
You should have seen me try to play GTA.
Yeah, my uncle once tried to play it, but he couldn't do it.
The cars were just flipping and flipping and flipping like somersaults because I couldn't figure out how to drive the damn thing.
Yeah, my uncle felt the same way about that. But right now it's picture in picture.
Ooh, on the next Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Jason, you can see it during the break. Sammy Guevara taking a vicious snap suplex up in the rampway. One of the most painful falls you can take in all AEW.
Those people on Snowpiercer are idiots.
Shot, two of them takes Andrade off his feet. Strong burst right here. Oh, knee strike. What on knee strike?
I need a better extension.
Daggers, Andrade. Sammy looking for that GTH, trying to put an end to this.
Ah,
Send Sammy into the corner. Andrade charges in the knee. Oh, crashed and burned it. Andrade. The small break in the action. Want to remind everybody.
what a clothesline.
And the choice is yours. Head to AEWawards.com to cast your vote. An opportunity here, Chris, for Guevara to kind of catch his breath a bit. He's a daredevil, Taz.
Let's go for the GTH.
It's like he's going to go fly.
Nope.
It's earlier. Good now. Sammy over the perfect. The tornado.
Whoa.
Caught enough of Andrade in the top of his head and maybe the nose, possibly. Sammy has no fear. There's no doubt about it, whether it's going to be good for his body or not. Let's see it again. You're right, Chris. Let's take a look at. Look at this. Wow.
Vote now on AEW Awards.com.
The amazing athlete Guevara is, and it's a fact. TNT champ's legit. Matt Hardy took a few
John
steps.
Moxley,
Oh.
Lance, those are my votes.
He knew.
Give them rewards.
All right, Sammy.
Well, let's see if they are in there though. I don't know what that's about, but well, I guess we'll find out.
Powerful Andrade.
Oh wait a minute.
Oh, CDT on the apron.
Does Matt Hardy has a match later? Because you look at his rest, he's just compete.
Performed by anybody else other than Andrade.
Not sure.
Andrade had to slow this match down, and this is what I was talking about. You know, he's doing that. You're right. Yeah.
Wow! Oh my God!
Realize high flyers, especially in championship matches. That's how he won the NWA welterweight championship from Goldberg Jr.
Oh,
Looking to
didn't get all of it, but
and here tonight against our TNT champion Sammy Guevara. Guevara to the enemy. Yeah, I don't really agree with Andrade going to the top rope, but everyone's trying to attempt enough.
Looks like Sammy's about to try to go for a Spanish fly off the top rope on my end.
He's looking for the Spanish fly once again.
Oh shit!
Andrade crashes, but Sammy Guevara can't capitalize. The Spanish fly, the Spanish fly, but neither man.
oh, step up, this is Gary.
The near leg was burned a lot of time, making the crawl for the pitfall. Check out the Spanish fly from the top rope, and sadly, the right fish.
There's a Spanish fire at the top.
The squeeze Orange Cassidy versus the five-tool player Anthony Bowens, but right now, champion and challenger teeing off on one another. Don't waste your time with those slaps. Let's see a hockey fight right here. Well, knocked each other out. Both down to one out here. And neither man coming away with the advantage after that exchange. Trying to go for a double. Maybe Sam looks like he's trying to turn over. I don't know what either guy is thinking because I think they're both kind of on La La Land right now. Sammy looks like he's got a little bit of a scrape, possibly a cut.
Orange Cassidy versus Anthony Bowens to qualify to the ladder match. For being the Revolution, Facebook Revolution. Gee, I wanted to go in that match.
Oh, you know what? Why do I have to see that guy? That's
Was he in it last year too? By the way,
ruined my mood.
I could swear he was in it last year too. It was being lazy. Like, what do I do? I gotta climb the ladder because the gimmick is that he's supposed to don't want to do anything, and that dumbass person from the murder motorcycle ruining my. Oh, jeez.
Even when I'm not even the one hosting the damn thing, freaking jack off.
Jeez. After mine was sound a little more louder. What the hell he's doing? Oh wait a minute, Matt Hardy exposed the turnbuckle. Will that come to play though?
Struggles down to his feet, and now the roll through. Feet on the ropes. Got his foot on the rope.
There goes Andrade. Ooh.
Did you notice Matt Hardy? I think Matt Hardy pushed Andrade's foot off that bottom rope. Did he push him, or did he try and hold it onto the rope?
GTH. Is he gonna hit it this time?
Pushed it off. Did he push it off, or was he trying to help keep it on? But once again, well, either way, this TNT
Whoa.
continue. Whoa, Andrade very nearly went face first into that exposed buckle. Oh, damn. Drop to the chest, Sammy Guevara.
Wait a minute, why did Matt push all his leg off the rope? I thought the idea was to help him to help.
Not sure.
That was stupid.
I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Andrade ends up taking over Matt Hardy's faction and kicks Matt out.
Even the commentators acknowledged it. Oh, Matt, what's wrong with you? They're like a cushion. Ruined you from All Out. Yeah, know what I'm talking about. 2020. And the irony, Sammy Guevara was always involved with that.
Thinking Andrade just ate that turnbuckle.
Turnbuckle that was exposed by Matt Hardy. And that backfired from Matt Hardy and Andrade. Great strategy for Sammy. No doubt, he was smart. Kick that leg out. Sammy told me specifically, do not come down tonight no matter what happens. It looks like he's handling his business on his own. I gotta respect his wishes, but Sammy's against the... Sammy, let go.
Whoa. Oh.
Cover. He spiked him right through the mat. Andrade spiked once again. The cover, and Sammy retired. Sammy did it. Sammy Guevara. Wow, what a victory, guys! That's an amazing win right there for an amazing challenger. We're both been paid the price.
I still question why do they still have him carrying around 2 belts?
Damn. I have no idea, to be honest. Is the idea maybe they're gonna create a new one? I don't know. And I guess Sammy wanted to do the cool visual of Sammy 2 belts.
And then comes Darby! That's up!
And Sammy Guevara is all beaten up there.
It's Sting!
Oh, come on.
Coffin drop city, bitches!
Darby Allin. And he launches Matt Hardy. Oh my god.
I always love when Darby goes flying through the ropes like that. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, man. Coffin drop.
Justice prevailed as always, Excalibur. What a way to kick off Rampage here tonight. And up next, Wardlow in action. I don't think I can do this.
Yeah, Darby and Sammy looking at each other like freaking, we still have freaking history together, dude.
Mm-hmm. All right, that match is happening. Wardlow versus Nick Comoroto.
The Factory is one of those groups I'm amazed are still even together, but they're thinking at this point they're just freaking jobbers.
Yeah. Jeez, man. I guess it is what it is.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I don't know what's going to be the main event tonight since this match was way wasted of the opener. Up next is going to be Nick Comoroto and Wardlow. I'll watch this commercial right now. A movie called Dog. Okay. I mean, other than Orange Cassidy versus Anthony Bowen to see who's going to win to be at the Revolution, in that ladder match. I can't remember what else matches are going to happen on the show.
You know who's going to win.
Yeah, I know.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm just wondering if they have that whole awards thing on AEW's website, but I don't know.
I nominate myself for Best Hater of Orange Cassidy.
Spicy Little piece of pizza hurt so good with this spicy marinara sauce, this nice red chili. It's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds.
Hey, Chucky.
Wow, they finally put the freaking DVD of Full Gear where Darby won the TNT Championship back on the shop, so I don't have to worry about buying it off this British website. So that's one less DVD I have to worry about.
Oh, is there an Orange Cassidy doll I can buy?
You probably have to look it up on like Ringside Collectibles, or if they can see if they have it on AEW's website. I'm not sure.
No,
If
I don't want one. I don't want one. I was being sarcastic.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I got some scenarios that I could do with it. I could put him on some fake railroad tracks and run a train over it.
Oh, God. They have a freaking embroidered denim jacket for Orange Cassidy. And the cool thing is they actually have a t-shirt for Owen Hart on AEW's website right now.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to
You
get
know
out there.
what? This new pizza of Pizza Huts looks so good, and I have no Pizza Hut around here.
Yeah, which sucks because I'm surprised you don't have a Pizza Hut near you.
I have one a half hour away, but it doesn't deliver.
I shared a link to the Owen Hart shirt in the private chat, by the way, Robert.
I'm seeing right now. My God. Awesome.
Your camera's frozen on my end, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm on a different site. That's why I probably look at that.
Why don't you come out here right now and thank me like the man I fought?
Ooh, all these non-jobbers on today.
Drag you down here by that hair of yours and stretch you in front of your daddy. Wow. Come on now, QT. Go backstage before something bad happens to you, bro. I told you he wouldn't come out here. You don't have the balls to come out here and thank me like a
Here comes your dude, Robert.
This is silly.
I know.
Well, at least we got Hook.
Robert, did you ever watch Monty Python's Flying Circus?
I don't know if I ever heard of it.
Oh, because there was this guy on that show who would come out in the middle of a skit and go, "Stop it! This is silly. This is silly."
Oh,
Hook just destroying all of QT's goons.
yeah. I just realized it. I'm about to say, wait, are these securities? And I'm saying myself, okay, they're not security because they're wearing a factory T-shirt. And that's it. Hook did what he had to do, and he's walking away back to catering where he is right now.
In 352 days, I'm already the face of the revolution. I know that. Luckily, he put his head out of his ass long enough for me to talk some sense into him. And he wouldn't give me his word, which I would trust about as far as I can throw Keith Lee anyway. But I promise
I was going to build up a match between QT Marshall and Hook for Revolution.
The winner of that joke of a ladder match gets his. Hey, stop. You better trust, man. We should. We signed on with him for a reason. The only title matches I've ever had in this company are because of Dan. We are going to get you that title match, and then we are going to get that TNT title.
His freaking Scorpio Sky just freaking Thanos snaps the freaking camera off. I wish I could snap my fingers. Thing gut wrenched by the big guy. The Wardlow, holy crap. And Wardlow just immediately no-sells it.
And here we go.
He's throwing Colorado around like a rag doll out there. Colorado had a hell of an amateur background as a JUCO wrestler, as a JUCO All-American both in college, so that's impressive in itself. Those elbows, yeah, those elbows backing up Wardlow into the corner. Suplex Colorado over the top rope. Well, the action in this match will continue in picture-in-picture. Don't go anywhere.
At least he can match size with Wardlow.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. These are two freaking big old beef sticks.
Whoa.
These are guys Ram would freaking have freaking probably fun freaking wrestling if he had the chance to. Because Ram is as big as these guys are.
Sean Spears, what a waste of space.
I can't wait for when Shane Strickland finally comes to AEW, since it's pretty much all but for sure that he's been signed.
Yeah, I can't wait either. He's going by Shane Swerve Strickland.
That's one
So
way.
basically,
That's one way to use both your names.
Yeah, in a way, he's still using the Swerve name from WWE. Too bad WWE never copyright that.
Yeah. I just think, and it's also funny that Jeff Hardy basically spoiled that he's going AEW.
Well, in a way, it was the worst kept secret, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, we got got confirmation from him that he's coming to AEW pretty soon.
I'm
Which
looking
means
forward to that.
hopefully that's the end of this whole garbage thing that Matt Hardy's doing with the rest of these goons.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I left on Wednesday and I didn't see. Did Moxley come out?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He came out
at the end of the end of the show.
What happened?
Him and Brian confronted each other and pretty much made it official that they're facing each other at Revolution.
Uh-oh.
Which I am so looking forward to that pay-per-view.
Yeah, Moxley came for the rescue in a way, Brian Danielson. All right.
I like how they still show AEW on TNT, even though it's not even on there anymore. But outside of Rampage, obviously. I think they were just basically showing the bits from Rampage.
This isn't the main event, is it?
No.
I don't know what's going to be a main event.
Cassidy versus Bowens for a spot in that ladder match that Keith Lee's in.
No, that's not no way that's going to be the main event. The TNT title match should be the main event.
Yeah, but you know how this show is. They always put like their title matches on first.
What the hell?
I don't know. I'm not freaking one of those guys that freaking has a format sheet that fills that whole thing out.
I don't mind seeing the match between Bowens and Cassidy, but that should not be a main event. I don't care if it is because they're on trying to get to Revolution for that, but yeah, the title match that was on the show that was pretty damn good, and you wasted it for the opener for Orange Cassidy and Anthony Bowens to be in the main event.
I just wonder what that big announcement that apparently Tony Khan has freaking that's going to be announced on next Wednesday.
Probably Jeff Hardy.
Because he's been saying that there's something big that he couldn't say anything about because he's under an NDA.
for the win in a 300 pounds. I don't know, 277. Oh, can he do it?
Well, whatever announcement Tony Khan has, he's not going to announce it himself. He's going to have Tony Schiavone do it.
Maybe.
And now I guess Wardlow's going to put this away already. I think he is. Oh, nope.
Well, like I was saying earlier, I heard that WWE is interested in Wardlow.
Yep, and Wardlow turned him down.
Good for you, Wardlow.
They had a chance to get him before, by the way, because he was there at one point.
Well, they can
That's
suck
two.
it.
There was some else that they wanted to go to WWE, and he turned them down too.
Who?
Powerhouse House at one point talked about how WWE wanted him, and he was one of those people that was there too until WWE saw what they were doing from the AEW. It's like, we want you here.
That just shows you how pathetic WWE is.
Yeah. And guess who else they wanted? Jade Cargill.
Did she turn them down?
Yep.
Or did she just? Was it something else?
She was there. But she wasn't interested to sign with them. What the hell?
This whole Powerbomb Symphony thing, it isn't working.
What the fuck?
Okay? Guys, I'm being honest here. Listen, I mentioned the word Powerbomb, and that's what happens. Look, man, it's not getting over. That means popular. Okay? Now, I told you this months ago, didn't I? Listen to the crowd. They know what they want.
That guy looks like,
Not a second. I told you this.
you know, what's his face, his brother.
You didn't listen to me, and now look where we are. I think we need to get back to basics.
Yeah, because you know how to get over, right? Right, Mr. Perfect 10?
Basics. Just go for the win. Just pin the man. One and done for the War Dog, baby. Okay, it should take all that.
Shut up, idiot.
Oh. Hey.
Squash him.
Have so much potential. And I and Max are so proud of you. How about Ranger Powerbomb?
Wardlow has a phrase like, "I want to freaking powerbomb this guy so freaking badly right now."
I interpret the look as shut the fuck up.
Also, hey Tokyo. I'm looking forward to Double or Nothing too, because it's going right back to Vegas where they had it the first time. It'd be the first time in like 2 years since they've had a Double or Nothing that wasn't at Daly's place. Because you know the whole freaking pandemic crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When's that shit gonna end?
At least right now, thinking the pandemic's at a point to where at least they can have shows with people in the crowd again.
Mm-hmm.
Here's female Bret Hart.
Quit being gay, Sean Spears.
What the hell? Well, I guess I get his point in a way where it tends to with him being in the ladder match, you're not going to be using that to win matches. You got to climb the ladder to actually grab the brass ring thing. They gotta have. But at the same time, oh, okay, remember this match. In Roode, she's doing her rookie challenge thing. Kayla Sparks. And she didn't even take a robo yet until now. But this rookie's got 5 minutes in the ring with the professor. Hey, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know his name, but I think he's the first black referee ever in AEW.
Did they just tire him?
I guess. I don't know if
They
he was here.
must have, because where's he been?
Yeah. Well, let's just been on dark.
Let it not be ever not said that freaking AEW doesn't have freaking referee of different, races and all that crap. Because they got a female ref, they got, all the freaking white refs, and now they got a black one. Aubrey Edwards is still my favorite referee, though. Mostly because of how she ejects people. Cause she just does it freaking so funny. So many funny ways. Like the one time when she did like that freaking Indian dance and freaking everybody just exploded off the freaking apron.
What is this here? Damn. Oh, God.
I would think Excalibur that Serena could have ended this match a lot earlier, but she enjoys playing with the victims here. She certainly has, and now the Serenity Lock, and the win for Serena Deeb. Well done by Deeb right there. Who's going to stop this woman?
If I recall, I think Kayla Sparks wrestled Thunder Rosa at one point when I went to Archer Stadium. It was one of the dark matches, though. And there it is, the Serenity Lock. Yep, the main event is Orange Cassidy and Anthony Bowens to see who's going to go to Revolution.
Duh, like we don't know who's going.
I mean, we all know it's going to be Orange Cassidy, but come on, you could at least give us the main event of Guevara and Andrade, because at least that would have been a little less predictable. Oh well. All right, back guys. You guys say what you want to say. I'm gonna get some.
Popeye's flounder fish sandwich is the real deal. Made with crispy flounder, sandwiched between two fluffy brioche buns, served with crunchy pickles and our signature tartar sauce. Now that's a sandwich worth saving. Get our delicious flounder fish sandwich today.
What that kind of sandwich is a flounder fish sandwich?
I thought that looked pretty good. I thought, ooh, I'd like to try that.
YouTube TV is a reinvented way to watch TV. No wires, no boxes, and unlimited DVR. Wait, unlimited DVR? That's right. I'll worry with that much power. YouTube TV has real-time highlights to catch up on the game if you miss anything. I actually like missing things. It seems awful. Well, it also has personalized recommendations, so no one's scrolling endlessly. Scrolling endlessly left from your deck? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pass on that TV show.
That's enough. Look,
Yeah.
try YouTube TV ITV should be. It sure feels good when you get it right. And with the #1 power toothbrush brand recommended by dental professionals, Philips Sonicare makes it easy for you to always get brushing right. Philips. With all free clear, the allergens that hide in our clothes don't stand a chance. All's powerful clean removes tough stains and 99% of top allergens. All free clear.
Has anybody heard when The Boys is going to have its new season?
Not sure.
There's my little nephew. He looks more like that every time I see him. That is old. So your message said you wanted to talk about insurance.
I just wonder where Cesaro is going to go now that he's not with WWE anymore.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'd hope he would go to AEW, but freaking who knows.
We are here on Rampage to sign the contract for the AEW Women's World Title match between the champion Dr. Britt Baker
Impromptu contract signing. And Rodney, I agree.
Yep, Rodney, that's true.
for your signature and any comments you may have.
Hey, Reed, let's give the people what they want. A better champion, you're cheating.
Wow. Oh, boy. I don't even want to say what that means in English. Don't. And she's not hesitating signing that. Rose has been waiting months for this. You sign the contract, Dr. Baker.
That's why a lot of people stopped watching WWE, but there's still a lot of freaking shills that and brainwashed Nimrods that still watch it for whatever reason.
And I don't see how in the world they could be entertained.
Because apparently they freaking either believe the word of freaking some of these idiots on the internet, or freaking they just freaking for some whatever reason like watching the same shit every freaking week, and just watching freaking a shit wrestling show just because freaking they I guess like Roman Reigns for whatever reason or something. I don't know.
We went to war, drenched in each other's blood, ready to kill each
Because
other.
they're dumb?
We made history,
I don't know.
and you won.
Or just a whole lot of kids that freaking for some reason only seem to be aware of freaking WWE. But who knows?
I got it all. So you won. And that's when
Their loss.
really
Yeah.
started becoming very bitter. And now, every day, we all have to hear how hard you're working, how passionate.
I remember when I was growing up, I thought that only WWF mattered. It was WWF then.
Yeah.
And then I discovered NWA and I was like, oh shit.
You think this will solve all your problems?
This
Oh
is
yeah, the
good
contract
too.
signing.
Your debut.
Welcome back, Robert.
Professional wrestler
Yeah,
and
thank you. What I miss besides this contract signing.
Not much. Just
It just
commercial.
started.
Oh, okay.
And there was a commercial for next week's Dynamite.
All right.
remember,
And I didn't know anything outside of WWE existed for the longest time either until I started watching TNA.
Well, that goes to show you how old I am.
Let me leave you with this, Roger. Jealousy is just hatred built upon insecurities. You don't hate me. You love me.
I don't think Thunder Rosa is in the girls, Britt.
Everything that I have. It's yourself that you hate. Because you will never be Dr. Britt Baker
Britt Baker with a lot of confidence. Rosa looks like he's fixing to explode here. At your side. Oh my God.
Yep, saw that coming. This always happens in one of these contract signings.
I didn't see anything yet, but I'll tell you what, I love all three of those women on Britt's side.
Oh wow, it was Rosa going after her.
Spinebuster.
No, I missed it. Did Thunder Rosa already sign a contract?
Yeah,
Okay, that's probably what, and that's what she did. Then.
she literally freaking said something. Said apparently something that apparently couldn't be repeated in Spanish.
Yeah.
Then she signed it and then slid it to Britt.
Mercedes Martinez. Oh my God, put it through a table.
Someone always gets put through a table in these freaking contract signings.
I just hope that Jimmy Hayter didn't break anything.
Yeah.
Who's that bitch?
Which one?
The redhead.
Mercedes Martinez.
You can't wrestle and you can't beat Anthony Bowens. He's one of the best wrestlers on the planet.
She's been around. She's been around almost in every promotion, even in WWE, which probably they fire her.
I don't like her.
What? Why? Because the way she looks.
No, I just don't like her.
Oh,
Okay, well, you know what? Listen.
we'll move over to you then. But she's a very good wrestler.
Loves the acclaim, and that's a mic drop. Well, it looks like there's been enough. It's time for the main event. AEW Dynamite is live Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on TBS with a trios tag team match. Hangman Adam Page, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds take down Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. Casino tag team battle royale with the winners of Advance into Revolution plus GM Tony Khan will have a huge.
This is watching the main event.
Okay, good night, everyone.
See you, Cat.
Something like that.
I'm not leaving.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you should leave because it's time for the main event.
I was just being a smartass.
Oh, you know what? At this point, I should go see because this main event too because I already know who's gonna win. And on top of that, this is why they're doing the main event because of this interaction. Oh yeah, we gotta get this interaction on TV. You know, this would be a great main event for Rampage.
Part of me doesn't want Hangman to lose the world title, but at the same time, I'll be happy as hell if Adam Cole wins.
Oh yeah.
Who's Red Dragon?
Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish's tag team name from Ring of Honor.
Yep. They've been around for a long time too.
When they were in NXT, they couldn't use that name though, but that's because they were in the Undisputed Era with Adam Cole and Roderick Strong.
When did it say Tony Khan was going to make his announcement?
This Wednesday, coming Wednesday.
Okay.
And there's been rumors flying all over the place about what it could be.
I gotta say, what tends to Blake Matthews coming to me wasn't much of a surprise because I kind of knew who it was going to be. What tends to the whole House of Black, but it was still great to see him though in AEW.
Yeah, at least in AEW now he'll actually be used properly because he is a really good wrestler.
Hell yeah, especially had that match against Okada from Battle of the Valley. That was a great match between those two. Now the thing I got a nitpick of this, even though he's in AEW, and to see where he's at right now in the House of Black, basically taking orders from Malachi Black, and like it's like he never left his position from WWE. Because remember him being with Seth Rollins with this whole Messiah thing. Like,
Yeah.
like oh man, I mean, obviously not with the same thing like AEW is doing, but still.
Wow, what a scathing rap there as we come to expect every single time. And Max Caster gets in that fight. You're talking already before, huh? Say some. Spit some, huh? Uh-oh. Oh. No, it's
Oh boy.
Really?
So the mic any harder at him, probably faking would have broke the damn thing or something.
Not friends with any black people.
I gotta tell you, I want that chain. That chain that's around that guy's neck. I've been jealous of that since I first saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that macaroni and cheese looks good.
Although it's not mac and cheese. Well, actually, are you talking about me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's not mac and cheese.
What is
Oh,
it?
it's brown rice with beans.
Oh. It sure does look like mac and cheese, though.
Freaking Orange Cassidy.
This is the main event.
I'm not interested in this match.
Word to your mother. That's why this is the main event, folks.
Returns Cassidy into the ring underneath the bottom rope. Owens looking for victory, a quick victory. Orange Cassidy kicks out. The match in our main event will continue in picture-in-picture. You won't miss a moment of this Face of the Revolution qualifier. Excellent. The place we're looking for. Citizens of Snow History. Come back. This is the exclusive Citizens of Snow History. Our future is there. Such as we are now. Join them while you can, my friends.
All right, so let me. Oh, while they're in commercial, let me read some comments here. Some comments in the chat. Juggalo Gamers from earlier saying, "Oh, Billy." I don't know what he meant by that, but
Extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keefe's Lip Repair.
I read from your what you wrote, CJ earlier. And thanks again, by the way, because of the whole
It's all good,
thing.
dude. Because I joined in when I seen that you were live and you were talking about stuff, and I seen that you were muted.
Yeah. I forgot I was on mute. And I was talking some good things too about AJ Lee during her time in WWE. But then after I realized I was muted, I gotta make it short because I already wasted too much time. But
Oh yeah, now I remember what I was gonna mention earlier. But apparently, you know that whole control your narrative thing EC3's been doing. Apparently, that's its own promotion that EC3 owns. It's like I didn't know how the hell you even pulled the money out your ass to run that little whole operation of yours, EC3.
Yeah, I know, right? Not just with him, but with Adam Shurin, I think that's his last name. You know, basically Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman, yeah. Him, Strowman, all those guys that EC3 has had on there. Killer Cross, I think.
Oh, really? Oh.
It's like I know this thing, and they're going to be apparently filming stuff for try and get a TV deal. So apparently they're going to try and take that little freaking promotion that EC3 and Strowman started and try to find a TV network home for a bit.
Yeah, I hope they do. Another wrestling promotion come in to this world wrestling, but that's good. Oh yeah. So as we mentioned earlier, from Chucky, new wrestling company come to HOB I mean HBO meant to say. My boy Heartbreak Kid Tokyo wrestling his first match. Oh, good for you. And Heartbreak Kid Tokyo saying Rock Flag and Wrestling Baby. We take over. We are going for AW and WWE. Um, he also said Founder Fish. Oh, Founder Fish. Okay, I don't know even remember that, but okay. Someone named Ronnie Harris Jr. saying WWE sucks. There you go. Heartbreak Kid Tokyo saying WWE sucks. That why quit? Wait, so he's been there. Tokyo Kid. I mean Tokyo Heartbreak Kid's been there before. Wow. He also said, I only pay attention to what some of wrestling that I like. And WWE's doing it, doing it, and something about in WWE doing that's it. Oh, okay.
I found an
Nice.
AEW awards thing, by the way. I'll do that afterwards, so I'm not thinking the audio play through this thing.
Mhm.
Freaking Orange Cassidy.
Wednesday, April 20th, returning to Pittsburgh, and Wednesday, April 27th, returning to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Tickets on sale right now. AEWTIX.com. Look at this. Pillar to post to pillar. Orange Cassidy bouncing. Anthony Bowens all over the place here. Orange Cassidy, nice crossbody, takes out Bowens. Cassidy hits the ropes, ducks under the clothesline. There you go.
Oh my God.
Oh, Bowens, that's the power advantage of Bowens and Max Caster. Once again, grabbing the boot.
I'm not into this match.
Oh, nice.
Nor am I.
Combination strikes. Wipe out Orange Cassidy and Bowens. Maybe heading to Revolution on pay-per-view. Well, you can feel like steps of urgency right now. Beautiful. Stundog Millionaire. Beautiful. The Stundog Millionaire countered by Orange Cassidy. Cassidy charging in. Oh, my boot. Face shades of Masahiro Chono. No kidding. You're exactly right. Mafia King Joey's. Hold on a second. Bowens. What's he got here? He's got Orange Cassidy around. I've never seen this. What's the end game? What's going to happen? Spin him around. Oh, nice. Just flattens Orange Cassidy face first and and running knee strike. He's going to get it.
When is Revolution again?
March 6th.
Oh wow, so that's next week. Cool.
Yep.
Wow. You got to point out Hobbs, Starks, Wardlow, Keith Lee, all that's Calvin have advanced. Anthony Bowens.
What's today's date?
25th.
25th.
Oh.
Not gonna go down easy. Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
What's his name added to that list as well? When you think back to the ladder match to determine the top contender for the AEW World Championship last year, Orange Cassidy run in that to the bitter. Wow! Oh! Picture perfect. Michinoku driver there. Dude, that's nasty. Good job by both. You see Orange Cassidy, though, slowed down by all that pressure put on his shoulder and neck by Anthony Bowens. Throughout this match, Cass has been aggravating the hell out of Orange Cassidy. Yeah, we saw that during the break, a lot of double teaming. Bowens looking for the arrival, that DDT in the ropes. Cassidy had it scouted. Orange fighting out. Broke that front headlock portion of it. Cassidy breaks the grip and now laying in some palm strikes to the midsection of Anthony Bowens. Cassidy, look at that combination. Cover up, but you can see those body shots still. Cassidy didn't have the momentum or the leverage because he's half in the ring, half out.
I'm looking forward to next Sunday. It's going to be freaking awesome.
Bowens got dumped over the top Orange.
Yeah.
And now Cassidy taking it into high gear. Returns Bowens.
Is that going to be a pay-per-view that costs money?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't
Yep.
see it. I can't afford it.
Ah.
I cannot afford it.
Oh. That sucks.
Oh my god.
Not at this juncture.
Oh. The boombox.
Tell that he's invented a lot of these moves, which bodes well for his future, and bodes well for the future of this match. If he can continue to hit moves like that, it's tough to be innovative with moves in today's day and age. There's the chain again. But Bowens had his hand on the referee. Bowens is right there for the ring. What's going on here? Oh wait.
Fucking Danhausen.
What the hell?
Oh, I freaking love it when Danhausen shows.
Well, I came out of nowhere. But I tell you what didn't come out of nowhere. This winner, Orange Cassidy. Because we all knew this. We all knew he was going to win anyways.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday night, live on TV for the final AEW before Revolution. If you don't get House will curse you.
I give this show a 7. It was a good show, but there wasn't really much on there besides the opening match.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this Danhausen?
The dude who made his name in Ring of Honor and or the Indies.
Mm.
He's one of those guys that has an out there gimmick like Orange Cassidy.
Brother.
And he's actually pretty good at wrestling.
Yeah. I still haven't seen his wrestling. But hey, as far as the show goes for me, give me a moment. All right. I gotta go with 6.5.
Oh. Yeah, I'll give it a 6.
Sorry, my hands is a little messy right now.
All right.
Okay, well, now you guys, good night.
See ya, Cat.
All right. How can I try?
Oh yeah, apparently on Monday, apparently it's supposed to be like a huge announcement made on Being the Elite.
On Monday?
Yeah. So now they have that whole thing looking forward to when it comes to BTE this Monday and whatever the heck Tony Khan has in store Wednesday.
All right, cool.
Either way. But,
yeah, I still watch BTE despite how they haven't been doing anything good lately on there, in my opinion. But all right, that's something to look forward to. So right now I'm going to talk about something else. Are you do you want to stick around or you guys head out?
I can stick around for a bit.
All right. So, well, basically, what I want to talk about, just give me a moment. Gotta get everything ready. basically what I want to talk about is this great pay-per-view that WWE did last Saturday.
Oh Lord.
Because they were back in Saudi Arabia. Now I didn't watch the show itself live. I caught where I can to see. I basically downloaded it. I didn't see the pre-show, but I'll also mention it too. Basically what they're gonna do. But I skipped one match, and there was one match that didn't happen, which we'll get to. Oh my god, that was ridiculous. But I'm pretty sure you've seen Otaku's video about how he felt about the pay-per-view. He saw highlights of it, didn't watch the full show of it, but basically what he said about what he said is we all thought it was gonna be.
Yep.
But no, wait, you got some fans try to come up with some logical sense that no, they're gonna do something that's be a lot of twists and turns. Well, yeah, we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, twists and turns, people, twists and turns. All right, I got all something now. Because we're gonna talk about some sports entertainment, and as you hear me say sports entertainment, it's not I'm not saying we're gonna talk about some wrestling here because WWE. Sorry about that. I pressed the wrong button.
All right.
Come on, here we go. So yeah, WWE to me is not wrestling, unless you want to tune into a pay-per-view where you might get some wrestling. But I'll tell you one thing: you ain't getting out on Raw, you ain't getting out on that shit, you ain't getting out on SmackDown. And CJ can tell you that after that live reaction did on Tuesday.
Yeah, and I almost freaking wanted to fall asleep during the whole show, except for the main event. And even then, the main event was freaking like this is literally only like 10 minutes long, and you guys are acting like you've been wrestling for like half an hour.
But so, not pretty sure. I don't know if you ever did, but you ever watch how the old NXT was?
Oh yeah.
Okay. See, I'm almost people ain't the only ones that felt about how NXT is being right now. After seeing this new version of NXT, I want to go more full rant of it, but I'll do it some other time because I don't want to waste too much time on here. But this NXT shit, with all these colors and all this bullshit they're doing, all these things they're doing on the new format, it doesn't compare to the old NXT because the old NXT was better. This version of NXT sucks, which is why I call it NXT shit. But let's get to this pay-per-view, because all I hear is from WWE and from a lot of fans, twists and turns that's going to happen here on this Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It happened at February 19, 2022 at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, at the Jeddah Superdome, with the attendance of 33,328 fans in attendance. I'm pretty sure that's their accurate number. If not, then I don't know if it's not, but WWE might lie about that anyway. So, but you had your commentators, which I will mention here. Okay, here we go. I pressed the wrong one. You had your commentators here. Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, Michael Cole, and let's see. The only ring announcer was Mike Rome, and that's all I'll mention from there. And fuck Pat McAfee. The pre-show featured Rey Mysterio Jr. with Dominic defeating The Miz, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Didn't watch it, but I heard Rey Mysterio won. Why this happened? Because Miz is upset that Rey Mysterio Jr. is on the cover of 2K22. Wow, great story. Surprised they made this for WrestleMania, but we know why, because I don't know if you heard about this, CJ, but the Miz has a special surprise for the Mysterios for WrestleMania because he's got a partner for him to team up with against the Mysterios.
From as far as I know, it's supposed to be freaking Pat McAfee or something, or Logan Paul or whatever.
Well, you would think it would be Pat McAfee too, but and some people may say it was gonna be Cody Rhodes.
I seen a thing that apparently he said that he's a stay-at-home dad now. I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah, I believe I want to see it though. I talked about Cody Rhodes too by the way earlier. I will got a lot more further of it, but we were because to watching Rampage and because I was muted, man, who knows how far I want to go with that one, but whatever. But I just say, but since Cody Rhodes, if he ever goes to WWE, to me, I'll hear it when I see it because I'm not going to see it to believe it, unless he appears at WrestleMania. But then again, I'm not going to be around WrestleMania during that time because I got something to do on that day. During those days, I should say. So I'm going to be I'm going to be a little late to watch what WrestleMania has to bring to the table with all these fans coming in, after the whole pandemic thing. But yeah, but people say it was Cody Rhodes. Like, I see myself. I don't think it's gonna be Cody Rhodes. Why would they bring in Cody Rhodes to team up with all people? The Miz makes no sense. But that's what fans were saying. He's gonna come in as a heel, and there you go. Just thank all these. Yeah,
he'll be a heel in another company, but he wouldn't be a heel figure in the company that when people wanted him to be.
Yeah. But thank God these type of people have saying that. Thank God they're not running for the show of their own. But even so, I'd rather take Cody Rhodes than what they got to have the Miz to be his partner at WrestleMania. Logan Paul.
Yeah. It's like they wonder why nobody wants to watch WWE anymore. When they don't want to push any new people, they want to keep relying on these old farts, and then you got all these freaking celebrities they keep bringing in that nobody fucking gives a shit about.
Exactly. You're taking away a lot of opportunities from a lot of people on the main roster who are there, even those are in catering, waiting for an opportunity to pick me. I want to be on WrestleMania. I want to do something. Pick me, put me on TV.
People complain about them not making new stars, and the ones they could have done something with end up getting fucking released,
or end up not resigning, which I want to talk about him eventually. But Rogue gets chance too. By the way, was when Christians even if Christian not can't do it. I'm gonna also try to do something because I'm really aching to do another Being the Asylum episode, but yeah, Logan Paul's taking a spot from these talents. You go say as well with Johnny Knoxville, which is a Royal Rumble, in a way because that WWE's fault because they fired a lot of people and they don't want to, and they you could have someone like a Cesaro in there, which by the way he's gone.
And Cesaro's a prime example of somebody that could have been should have been used better, but feed him to Roman Reigns. Fuck all of that shit, and giving Cesaro an opportunity. If he can just feed him to Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm. And I want to apologize to Cesaro by the way because I said last year when he resigned, I say he's an idiot for doing that, but and I'm not apologizing right now because he decided to leave WWE. I'm not that's not why I'm apologizing because to me it at the end of the day it's his decision, it's his choice, but I feel like there's a reason why he stayed because he's engaged to what's her name from who's there right now in WWE, which is to being a coach, Sarah. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what was her name, but but the thing is, he's engaged with her. And with him resigning, he thought he was going to that push because Bryan Danielson, at the time, who was to be there, he was behind the scenes, which is being part of the, in a way, kind of a part of the creative team in a way, but still being active on as a wrestler. And he was one of those guys that was pushing for Cesaro to be one of those top guys to be pushed to that should be utilized better. And because those go way back, even there's a Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So with Bryan Danielson's influence in WWE, Cesaro was going to get was going to go places there after being set for WrestleMania, getting that shot, finally getting that World House shot he should have been getting before. When he went up against Roman Reigns, and then after that he was gone after that. I mean, he had matches with Seth Rollins then. But then after Bryan Danielson left, we all kind of knew that Cesaro was cooked. He was not going to be utilized that much, and sure enough he wasn't, because he was in catering. Sometimes he would be home. They just didn't use him again after that. All the talent.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All the talent that Cesaro had in his bone, and he's not getting any younger, by the way. I mean, he still looks young, but he ain't getting any younger. He's getting older, a lot older now. Yeah. And with all that talent that you wasted, when you could have done something with this guy, you let him slip right through your fingers, because you're trying to keep him away from other places that to show how much value he has in other places. Like you're doing right now with Mustafa Ali.
Ali's just another guy that they also freaking should have done more with, but freaking refused to, and now they won't even freaking give him his release, and he's just freaking staying at home, and they can just, and it's like, why keep him employed if you know he's not gonna freaking never come and work for you again?
Yep. I will go a little more in depth that too, because I want that also to be a power or a topic for the rest of this time as well. But it's bullshit. It's bullshit what they're doing with him. But hey, no more Cesaro now, because now he's Claudio Castagnoli. He'll be back somewhere or wherever he wants to go, and he deserves better. Thank God he left. But that was the pre-show though. But yeah, basically Logan Paul is going to be at WrestleMania with the Miz versus Mysterios. Wow, what WrestleMania match that's going to be.
This whole WrestleMania card that they have right now going, freaking that it's like doesn't look like it's going to be really much to watch, and they're supposed to be freaking trying to sell out that arena that they're going to be in for 2 whole nights. It's like, have freaking fun with this freaking card, dude.
Night 2, they have problems selling out night 2. Night 1, it's all good. They're all good. But night 1, it's already been sold. Night 2 though, that's gonna be a big problem.
As far as I know, the only match that they have on night 2 is apparently the title match between Roman and Brock. But I guess they're going to unify the belts.
Who knows? We'll see. And they do. I know what. I already got competition with which belt's going to get rid of the W Championship.
Probably.
Speaking of which, the opening match for the show was Roman Reigns, the WWE Universal Champion, with Paul Heyman versus Goldberg. 5 minutes and 59 seconds, basically 6 minutes. It lasted. Match wasn't bad as I thought it was going to be. To be honest, it was actually competitive. Goldberg didn't hurt Roman Reigns, but the way he kind of hurt himself because he was bleeding from the top of his head and his shoulder. I said, so how that happened?
That's Goldberg. He literally freaking busted himself open just hitting his head against a locker for some reason.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm freaking Goldberg. I'm a badass. I'm just going to freaking headbutt a fucking locker for no fucking reason.
Sorry, Goldberg. You can't be doing that no more. Those days of you doing that is long gone. You're old. You're a lot older now. You need to take good care of yourself at this point. So
you see that car commercial he did the other night?
I don't remember. I don't think I did. I mean, I don't think I did.
There's like a commercial that Goldberg apparently did for cars.
Yeah, I probably didn't see it then. Well, but yeah, Give me a moment. Take care of that here. All right. So yeah, I heard on the commentary from Michael Cole, basically putting Roman Reigns up there with guys like Pedro Morales, Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, and Hulk Hogan. Why did he do it? For one thing, he was told by his man to say this, but he was also told to say this by saying that Roman Reigns being the WWE Universal Champion for this long, like how Pedro Morales, Bob Backlund, Bruno Sammartino, and Hulk Hogan, basically saying because he's the WWE Universal Champion, he's the longest reigning champion. He's up there with with those four legendary wrestlers. And I said to myself, that's a different belt.
I was gonna say those legends wrestled in a different time when like these guys only wrestled like maybe like once a month. And back then, thinking with how they did wrestling in those guys' times, thinking doesn't surprise me thinking that they would have over 1,000-day reigns. Because how they did wrestling back then was completely different than how they do it these days. The fact that Nick Aldis had the NWA title for over 1,000 days, thinking it was surprising to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy too. By the way, I never knew that. By the way, which is Pedro Morales, and I always and I always find him as an influence too because he's Puerto Rican, just like me. But yeah, but I'm hearing this Michael Cole, and it's not him, obviously. It's just Matt telling him to say this. But now that Roman Reigns is longest time reign, even though the Universal title belt has been around since 2016, if you talk about maybe the WWE Championship, maybe that could make sense. Roman Reigns is the WWE Champion, but he's not the WWE Champion. He's the Universal Champion.
Yeah, and he still has a long way to go before he can say anything about comparing him to those guys because they had the belt for 1,000 days, or in San Martino's case, over 2,000 days somehow.
Yeah,
like Jesus fucking Christ.
Bruno Sammartino, man, is a prime example of that. Yes.
When Roman can hold the belt for over 2,000 days, then we can talk.
Yes,
but I wish
exactly.
him luck with that.
And there's no disrespect to Roman Reigns. Look, good for him. I'm enjoying his run of being Universal Champion. But the thing is, when you're saying this about the Universal Championship belt is Roman Reigns is in that category with those four legends I mentioned. That can this is the main championship belt. It reminds me of the Divas Championship belt. Where there was I remember this. I can't remember how long it's been, but it basically comparing the Divas Championship reign is like the Women's Championship reign. No, it's not. It's a different belt.
Yeah.
And that's WWE doing that. I'm not saying the fans were saying that, but that's what WWE telling the fans that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This is a whole new low of sonar intelligence here.
It's like at this point they just don't give a shit about the belt WWE Championship, which is belt that's been their main belt forever.
Yes.
And it's gone through different iterations, but it's still been the same freaking belt all this time. The Universal title belt is just freaking copy paste Twizzler looking belt into Airhead belt in the blue one's case they've had for freaking half a decade.
Yeah,
they only
exactly.
Needed that belt because they needed a second belt since they for some reason decided to unify the world title with the WWE title for no reason.
Yep. We all knew how the we all know when since that happened. Think about the last people that let's say the last people that held it. John Cena, which ended up being Brock Lesnar, and then that's when they created the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt.
Yep.
But so the idea is to have a champion versus champion. I guess to unify the belts. We'll get to why that's gonna happen too once we get to the main event. But Roman Reigns isn't winning. Now the whole thing is that Roman Reigns was going to Goldberg. Based on how I've seen it, Roman Reigns didn't Goldberg. Yeah, he may have won the match, but he didn't Goldberg. He tried to, but Goldberg kept countering. That to make sure he didn't Goldberg. That was the story, by the way, going into it. Roman Reigns is going to Goldberg, and he didn't. What I seen, he didn't do it. He took him out with the guillotine. So there you go. And per that's Goldberg's last match, by the way. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know if they may have Goldberg sign a new contract. To do if he wants to come back to do more matches later on down the road. I don't know. But as of now, this is Goldberg's last match in WWE. Unless he wants to go elsewhere, which I doubt. But this is his last match.
I don't see him wrestling anymore because he's getting too old to be doing this crap.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, Goldberg, please just retire, man. There's no need for no more Goldberg matches, and at least pass the torch of your legacy to your son, because then at least we know where your son's going to be in the next few years, and that is in wrestling, probably in WWE. So give it to him. Let your son be the new Goldberg. And then they can fuck him up. That's the way negative that's the way model. They'll bring you in and they'll fuck you up, and then they'll fire you. But next match, it was the women's Elimination Chamber match for the Raw. For the opportunity to face the War Women's Champion at WrestleMania 38. Which nights? Don't know. They didn't mention it, but that's something they gotta figure out. But that's a 15 minutes and 41 seconds. Your competitors were Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss versus Piper Niven. No, I'm not going by that in the other name. Liv Morgan, Nikki ASH, almost superhero, and versus Rhea Ripley. Now the way they did this, by the way, all I gotta say is they had them, wear their bodysuits because they're not allowed to show skins. Too much skins pertains to being over a different country. That's the law pertains to that. But thank God they had to wear t-shirts over their bodysuits, because every time I keep seeing this, I'm like, why you have to wear t-shirts? It's fine that they're wearing bodysuits. That's great, but why you have to wear t-shirts? Finally, they decided not to wear t-shirts here. Thank God. So. If you want to wear t-shirts, fine, but do a t-shirt more the whole thing. Okay, take off the t-shirt and then throw it to a crowd, and then you can wrestle with your bodysuit on. But no, they had to wrestle in the with the t-shirts on while they had the bodysuit on. It's like they worry about some wardrobe malfunction from the bodysuit. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
I still think it should be going to that country to begin with.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. But I guess this whole thing happened with the Washington Post journalist. That whole thing what happened with him died down. Nope, not to me it didn't.
Me either.
Yeah, and they're trying to do a good job, to make us forget about that. Whatever. Not even the pandemic could stop that. But anyways, so the first two that I wrestled was, it was Nikki Ash and Liv Morgan. Now the way it did this, by the way, they already had Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Piper Niven in the chambers, and then I see Liv Morgan coming out, and then I see Nikki Ash coming out. But actually, I can't remember which of the two came out first. But I'm saying myself, wait a minute. There's one person missing. Like, wait a minute, did I miss the entrance? And then, so basically, you have Liv Morgan and Nikki Ash look at each other across the ring. And also, Alexa Bliss comes out. I said, so wait a minute. She should have been came out. To go into her pod. And why they do it? Because they really want to show her pod, because her pod, inside of her pod, had a swing set there.
I like to know how the hell they set up that whole freaking swing set inside of a pod.
Oh yeah,
you have the freaking swing. Have to be able to open everything. Because I don't think any of those girls could do a Brock Lesnar and just bust their way through the damn thing.
Yeah, I can't remember how it was attached to it, because I really paid attention to that much, but it was there though. It was there. I was like, well, I hope it could hold. But here's the big problem. I've been hearing on Raw they've been doing these therapy sections with Alexa Bliss, where she's gonna move away from her character that she was Muse, because WWE said take that away from Bray Wyatt and give to her. because this whole Lily doll thing.
Yeah.
And apparently, the Lily doll is back in the possession of Alexa Bliss from this therapist. But based on what I heard, she was going to go back to her old self, maybe to be the goddess, the whole Harley Quinn. Nope, she's right back to where she was. Like, what the fuck? What's the point of that? That's like, you basically wasted everyone's. Well, watching Run That Raw is a waste of time, regardless. But you basically waste everyone's time by watching that segment, and then you see her on this pay-per-view, and she's back to her old self. To the whole female theme.
I don't know. It would have been nice if she gone back to her old gimmick, but
what is that? What morons? So the match happens. Nikki Ash was eliminated by Rhea Ripley, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Private Nevin then gets eliminated by Liv Morgan, 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Liv Morgan loses by Alexa Bliss, 12 minutes and 10 seconds. Rhea Ripley loses by Bianca Belair, 12 minutes and 45 seconds. And finally, it's between Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair. Only one can win. And I'll go for Bianca Belair because it makes no sense for Alexa Bliss to win. Because of who they plan on having, have a WrestleMania between Becky Lynch, which I'll get to that later of it. But they were teasing that Alexa Bliss could win, and it made her look strong here. And then when she didn't win, Bianca Belair wins. But basically beat her in 15 minutes and 45 seconds, which that's how long the match lasted. I think it did. So Bianca Belair wins, which the right outcome, because if it's gonna be Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, it's the right story to tell. And fans are upset, by the way, that Bianca Belair won because Alexa Bliss didn't win. And I'm saying to myself, there's no reason for her to win. And especially with this gimmick that they still have her doing. Oh wait, Alexa Bliss at one point on Twitter said, "Let it play out. Let it play out." Oh yeah, let it play out. What was the point of this whole Derby section then? You tell me the whole Derby section is for you to go back to being your spooky self? Oh, what way to let it play out, Alexa Bliss? Stop tweeting. You make yourself look stupid.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. That's why I don't do Twitter, because people be giving me a whole lot of shit on there because I've been saying a lot of the shit that people like JD from NY say, about, especially when it comes to WWE.
You have no idea. Yes, you have no idea.
I would be blasting Jim Cornette for some of the dumbass shit that he says, but
Oh man, yeah, Jim Cornette, he's a different breed though. That's just me. But and then you have Liv Morgan. Fans are upset about this, that she didn't win. Look, I love Liv Morgan too. I'm a fan of hers too. But even I knew that she wasn't going to win. Even I knew that they had no plans for her for WrestleMania. They only used her because fans were upset that she wasn't being used, and because she's well liked, which is the fans and everyone else. Nothing bad to say about Liv Morgan at all. So these fans are like, it's gonna be an underdog story. Well, I would believe that, except for one thing: the WWE never thought of her anything other than her being just another body to fed to Becky Lynch, and that's exactly what happened. And in this match here, and she did good in this match too, by the way, Liv Morgan. But I knew she was gonna win, and these people should have known better that she was gonna win, because she's not the plan. She was never the plan to go to WrestleMania to face Becky Lynch. It would make sense though, but the thing is, she had her program with Becky Lynch, and she blew it. What's next for her after WrestleMania? She might be the one of those people that might get cut.
Maybe.
You gotta wait and see. Yeah. Or let it play it out. Whatever. All right, next match. It was Naomi and Ronda Rousey. Don't care about Ronda Rousey. Versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. Why this happened? I don't know. But it happened. And the story here, by the way, was that Ronda Rousey basically challenged Sonya Deville that she could beat her with one arm top behind her back because Sonya Deville's arms got destroyed by Ronda Rousey from SmackDown. I don't remember. But 9 minutes and 14 seconds lasted. Basically, Ronda Rousey had her top behind her back, sort of. Sonya Deville comes in with a sling. I said, wait a minute. She's wrestling in a swing, and I said, how is that possible? So of course, it was a heel move. Oh, she's not really hurt. It was all a plan to have her arms behind her back. But guess what? Didn't work because Ronda Rousey is an expert fighter. Which she is, by the way. She is. Not going to say that she's not, but.
Yeah.
But Naomi and Ronda Rousey won. How? Because Ronda Rousey had the that terrible looking arm crossbreaker. And that was it. Once again, Ronda Rousey took away the steam away from Naomi's getting her revenge on Sonya Deville.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That was that match. Not much to say about it. And Charlotte Flair didn't care about the match anyway because she didn't even try to get into to stop it. So what was the point?
It's all pretty much all but confirmed. It's pretty much set in stone that Charlotte and Ronda are facing each other since Ronda won the Royal Rumble. And for some reason, they don't want to freaking do the match people actually want, and being Becky versus Ronda. But
Gotta wait till next year. That's what I heard. Gotta wait till next year because they gotta do Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. We had to. Why? We've seen it already. But that's gonna be the main event for that one though, for Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. I guess because name value is gonna is why they want to do it. Ronda Rousey ain't no draw. Yeah, she may have sold a lot of merch, but she ain't no draw. Because if she was a draw, your race would be doing a lot better for Raw.
mm-hmm.
And I'm not just saying that because Ronda Rousey said what she said, which is her promo about wrestling is fake and everything and blah 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 whatever. And with her being all butthurt because the fans were booing her at Survivor Series. And did what they did too when Charlotte Flair turned on her and did what she did.
And she's supposed to be a babyface?
Yes. And Vince Man wanted her to smile more, by the way.
They never learn.
Oh yeah. So next match was Drew McIntyre defeated Madcap Moss with Happy Corbin. What's kind of a match? 9 minutes happened. Didn't watch because I knew it was a match I didn't care for. And apparently Madcap Moss got hurt from an Alabama son that was that did. He basically landed on top of his head and he got concussion because of that. But McIntyre wins. And what's this going to lead to? McIntyre versus Happy Corbin, I guess, at WrestleMania. Oh wow, can't wait to see that match.
As far as I know, I'm pretty sure McIntyre is supposed to still be dealing with like a neck injury or something.
Yeah.
Shouldn't even be wrestling.
He shouldn't. Yeah, it's when he shouldn't be wrestling. Speaking of who should have been wrestling too, by the way, I'll get to him when we get to the main event. But man, that right there was is kind of a mess too. But I'll get to it. But next we get to Becky Lynch defend her Raw Women's Championship title, defeating Lita. 2 minutes and 14 seconds. It wasn't bad as I thought it would be. Lita actually looked better here than she did for Royal Rumble. But here's the problem I had with this match though. So she went for her Lita assault, but she could still. Surprisingly, she could still do that move. The moonsault off the top rope. The way she does it. She hits it. Becky Lynch kicks out, but that's not my problem. The problem is after she hit that moonsault and Becky Lynch kicked out. Lita picks her up, and Becky Lynch out of nowhere does the slam, rock bottom, and pins her. Like what? Like she basically knows what she basically did there. She knows the move.
It's like disrespect to a legend much.
But hey, she had to get that out of the way now because now Becky Lynch is going to WrestleMania against Bianca Belair. At which night? Probably night 2.
Yeah.
Because I see no point having night 1 to have a women's championship title match on the same WrestleMania where you have a women's title match that's going to happen at night 1. That's going to be the main event. So if I was the booker, I will book that match to be in the second night. Well, we'll see what they do. They might not even listen anyways because they don't listen to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Lita got a standing ovation from the crowds. Now I don't know if this is gonna be the last time we see Lita. I'm assuming she's gonna continue on to WrestleMania against who? Who knows? But we'll see. What happens with Lita afterwards? But hey, good on Lita. What I said before about Lita, I'll take it back about what I said about her. Maybe because there's a lot to do in the Royal Rumble, which I don't blame anyone that they had to do too much to remember do some spots in the Rumble. Maybe that's why she was not looking that well in the Rumble. But after seeing her against Becky Lynch here, yeah, she could. What I see, she could still go. So there you go. Okay. Oh, this was great. Next, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, versus the Viking Raiders of Eric and Ivar. War Machine, War Raiders, the Viking Raiding Experience.
A team that should freaking be treated better, but they're not.
Yes, I agree. So we're supposed to get this WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. So the Viking Raiders came out, cool entrance they did, and I heard they got new music where it's their music saying, it's saying rave, rave, rave. I think that's what it's saying.
Oh jeez.
I think that's cool. I think it's cool. Basically, the whole thing what they did on NXT, war. Because they want to use war because that's against main roster policy, I guess.
It's because freaking they're so freaking pussified on the main roster these days. Freaking it's ridiculous.
Yes. And you know what? It won't surprise me that I'll say after I talk about this. So they come out. They're doing the entrance. They're halfway to the ring. Also, the Usos attacks them. Like a normal beatdown. Beat them up in a way. Get basically come off guard. Ivar is about to be suplexed by both Usos onto Eric, who's laid out. And Ivar on top of Eric because of the double suplex that Usos did to them on the floor. And basically before this happened, I was thinking to myself, okay, they're probably do something with we're not gonna have this match. To them. So after coming into this and seeing this, and after seeing that spot there with the Usos suplexing Ivar onto Eric, also we see referees coming out and checking on the Viking Raiders, and then we hear the commentators saying, well, the Viking Raiders are unable to compete because of the beatdown they got, so there'll be no tag team title match tonight.
The Raiders are freaking way bigger than compared to the Usos. Like, how the fuck did those guys freaking injure them?
What
Plus, the Raiders have freaking been on the indie scenes for so long, they're freaking taking a hell of a lot worse freaking than anything those freaking twerps could dish out.
What the fuck was this? Like, they didn't do anything to them. Oh, they.
Like burying the Raiders much? Jesus Christ.
At least send them to the ring post. At least, or to the steel steps. Take out a steel chair under the ring. Put them to a table. It would make more sense than what they did there.
Freaking concerto their asses. I don't know. I don't know. They can pick up freaking whatever happened to the Bludgeon Brothers freaking hammers and just hit them with that. I'm pretty sure they probably have them somewhere freaking in the prop department.
Wow, man. Here's a better idea. How about have them go backstage, get ready to head out to the stage, whatever. Do a backstage beatdown where there could have been some weapons somewhere there, lurking anywhere, like the crates, whatever, to use on the Viking Raiders, and you could have done that instead. What they did here, was so stupid. It was garbage how they did it. Had them come out there, do the entrance, and then go halfway to the ring and get top of the Usos, and then you get a normal beatdown, and that's the reason why the Viking Raiders cannot compete. Or another way you could have done this, if they were running, and I'm pretty sure they were running out of time this way. I don't know why they would run out of time, but if they're running out of time and they knew they was going to have this match, then don't send them out there.
Like you said, if they can have them do the beat down in the back, it would be believable because there'd probably be a lot more weapons and shit back there.
Yeah.
I'll just do freaking like this one thing you could do in one of the old WWE 2K games in 14, where you could shove a dude's head in between the part of the doorway and just freaking have them look like they're smashing their heads into the door. At least that would be believable for them to be freaking taken out.
Man, I saw better beatdowns that the Vikings had in Ring of Honor, where they were a War Machine, than what the Usos did there to them. I don't know. This is don't be creative. This is the best thing they could come up with. Man, that was ridiculous. But the fact that they had them flying, about 18 hours of flight to get to Saudi Arabia, and this is what they did. I hope they got paid well. I hope they got paid well.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say. And I can see how this man would do a studio. Hey, well, guys, we're not, wait, that's not how he sounds anymore. It's how he sounds. Well, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, we're gonna have to fly out there. You're not gonna have the match, but hey, you get to be at Saudi Arabia. For that experience of being in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Who gives a fuck about Saudi Arabia, first of all? And nothing against the people, by the way. It's the government that I'm against. I'm pretty sure there are some good people there. But who gives a fuck about that country? That doesn't even give a fuck about the other countries. And again, I'm talking about the government.
Because WWE needs the money. Because that's probably one of the only ways they make it the money to be able to keep doing the shit that they do.
That's nothing too, by the way. Because WWE, of what I heard, building up to going back to Saudi Arabia, is that WWE are changing the world one day at a time. No, you're not changing the world one day at a time because you're doing this for money. Changing the world, my ass. The only thing they're changing is people changing channels of every Monday night and Friday nights, and also Tuesday nights. We'll change the next shit. But the match didn't happen. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen at WrestleMania, and then when the Viking Raiders lose to the Usos, they'll be fired in a couple of days. So. Main event time of Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. 14 minutes and 56 seconds lasting with Brock Lesnar versus the WWE Champion Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles versus Ace Austin, who was supposed to be Shane McMahon in this match, but now we know why Shane McMahon is there. So versus Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins. And yes, that's his name, by the way. They added freaking into his name, even though that should have done that before, but who knows? Why decided to do it now? Bobby Lashley, let's talk about him. Apparently, he was injured during the Royal Rumble from his shoulder. I don't know which side of his shoulder it was, but actually, I'm giving you an example. His shoulder was injured during the Royal Rumble, and I don't remember if he wrestled on any shows before we got to the Chamber. Not that I heard of. But yeah, Lashley has been injured as WWE champion.
Of course.
So they brought him in. Yeah, so they brought him in, knowing that he's hurt. Yeah, and nobody knew that he was hurt too, by the way. And it's still advertising to be there. So he shows up. So Lashley was the first guy out, by the way, because Seth Rollins was in the ring against Ace Austin, who started that match. And again, it's the same thing with the women's. Seth Rollins and Ace Austin, starting off in the ring. We see 3 pods that are already taken. And one has yet to be in the pod, and it's Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar comes out and gets to be in the pod. And so, what the fuck is this? Like, is this the new way you to do the Elimination Chamber now?
Apparently.
What the? Stupid. But yeah, Brock was the last guy to be in the pod. But yeah, but it makes no sense, the way they did it. But whatever. But Rollins and Theory was having a match. Rollins does the buckle bomb he does, but instead of doing it on the turnbuckle, he does it to the pod of where Lashley was at, and then the what do they call it? The glass pod thing, or whatever it's called. Basically, he also went through it. That hit Lashley, and Lashley basically they wanted Lashley to hit his head on one of those steel beams, whatever. And then Lashley was unable to continue because of that. And we'll get to why when we get to Brock Lesnar. But at this point, Bobby Lashley was out, and he's WWE champion. So with him being out, and we don't know what's going to be. Maybe we thought he's going to come back. Who knows? But that wasn't the case, which we'll get to. So then Matt Riddle comes in. I think Matt Riddle came in, and then AJ Styles. Oh no, AJ Styles came out, and then Matt Riddle. And then we wait for the next participant, and it was supposed to be Bobby Lashley. And the way they did to Bobby, the whole thing where they count down, and also in the lights, to see which parts could be opening. And so I said, wait a minute, why are you doing that when we know Lashley ain't there? So what's the first point of that? Just get Brock Lesnar out there already. So they point at Lashley's pod, and I said, so this is so stupid. Like, come on, we know he's not there. We know he's not there. We know he's not going to be there anyways. So what's the problem? It's just going with Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar, what he do? He's kicking the pod door. But here's the thing. I saw the replay of it, by the way, and they showed the replay of it. Brock Lesnar, basically is pretending to break through the pod door, right? And I'm looking at it. And I'm saying, there's a hole there. Those are already a hole there. Or when he's kicking the pod to get himself out there, so he could be part of the match because he ain't gonna wait on the 2 3 minutes or whatever, to be in the match. I'm watching. I said, so and they're saying on commentary that he broke through the pod door. I said, so no, he didn't. There's already a hole there. Like I don't know how that happened. I don't know when. Maybe it happened, before he went in there. Because I don't know. Because the way they do this now is stupid. But and the rest went through the hole, and basically, but I was too it was too nice to see the Brock Lesnar to get in there, the way he was doing it, because he's being the caged animal, and he starts going in there, and he started beating up on those guys that were left in the ring, and then that's when the commentators on there saying, well, Lashley won't be able to come back because he suffered a concussion. That's the best they came up with, by the way. A concussion. Because again, he hit his head on the middle beam when, at the whole buckle bomb, Ace Austin, and was not actually down. So Lashley, for those who don't know, I'm pretty sure you already know about this, but Lashley got a bum shoulder. It's badly injured since the Royal Rumble, and while here, he's going to be out for 4 months. Which means he's missing WrestleMania.
Which sucks.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, that's right. Donna FM experience the weekend. But yeah, so yeah, Lashley, it's unfortunate that he got the belt back, but he didn't really do much of a second reign as WWE champion because he was hurt. And this is the way to do it. How about this, though, E? How about you ask someone else in there new? Like we did with Finn Balor, for example. Finn Balor became the first ever Universal Champion. Couldn't defend it because he got hurt. So you had to, basically, you had to vacate it. Why couldn't you do that with Lashley? At least have people go into the chamber, and and see all these participants to be in the match to crown a new WWE champion. Instead of doing that, you decided to just do it the way you did it because you don't have no respect for the WWE Championship. This is basically all what they did here. They basically show no respect for the WWE Championship belt and to its champion. So Lashley is gone. It's unfortunate that he's gonna miss WrestleMania because of that. And now we got a new WWE champion to be crowned in this pay-per-view, which it was Brock Lesnar, but I'll get to why. So Brock Lesnar comes in, he's throwing these guys, right? He gets Seth Rollins in the F5, 1, 2, 3, gone. in 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Seconds later, he gets Matt Riddle. F5, 1, 2, 3, gone. 10 minutes and 5 seconds. Basically, 15 seconds later, he got rid of Matt Riddle. AJ Styles. F5, 1, 2, 3, gone. 45 seconds later, or 55 seconds later, I should say.
It's like you figure when somebody's playing a wrestling game and has two controllers, and you have one wrestler with all the finishers, and then the other one just has the controller not being touched or anything, and you just freaking don't even press the button and have the dude kick out. It's like you have the one with all the finishers hit the finisher on the other character and freaking then just pin them immediately. It's just that's pretty much what happened.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly, just the way he said it. But I'm looking at this, I'm saying to myself, I knew Brock was going to win, by the way. I knew he was going to win. That, regardless if actually was physical to compete or not. But the way they did it, I could. When I was watching this, I'm saying to myself, I was just sitting here and laughing. I like, unbelievable. After everything that Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar went through, Brock Lesnar comes in there, destroys Seth Rollins just like that. Basically, made their feud meaningful. Meaningless, I should say. And we all know how Brock Lesnar felt about Matt Riddle. He basically got rid of him quickly. And then AJ Styles. And the matches they had, my God, it was an styling match, an excellent match they had back in Survivor Series, back in 2017. Took care of him 55 seconds later. Gone. Makes that whole thing AJ Styles meaningless.
Then the freaking AJ wants to stay with that company for another 3 years.
Yeah, but I don't fault him with that. I understand. I can understand why he did it, but yeah, I just don't understand. And on top of that, if you're gonna stay, fine. At least maximum your payment, your salary, because AJ Styles is worth more than $3 million. Come on.
And he's a hell of a lot better than what they're freaking using him for.
Exactly. You got this guy carrying for Omos for God knows how long, and that's how much you're going to pay him to stay. If I was AJ Styles, I would have asked for no more. It's not for him, but to provide for his family. Because at the end of the day, it's for his family. $3 million is what AJ Styles worth to you in the WWE. So then Austin Theory is the last person in the match, and Brock Lesnar was working with this guy, and he gave him a lot of time to for his life to be spared. Until getting told was up at the spot, the whole F5 off the pod thing. When I saw that, I was saying to myself, no way he's going to do that. And when he did it, I thought to myself, wait, is he going to do it in the ring? Because that looks dangerous. Because there's a turnbuckle there, a ring post there. If anything goes wrong, that's on Brock's fault. That's on Brock Lesnar. And also it's on WWE for doing that, for him allowing that's what happened. Because I'm pretty sure it was one of their ideas. Because again, that spot was supposed to be for Shane McMahon if he was still with the company. But Austin Theory they might have to do it because Austin Theory is a hell of an athlete. So when let's do it to Austin Theory off the pod onto the floor, which is just a safety mat there. I saw that spot and I said to myself, not impressed. I mean, cool. Props to Austin Theory for taking that spot though. But to me, I'm like, that was nothing. To me, it ain't no Mick Foley being tossed off the cell or going through the cell. It ain't no let's see, who else got put in there? Well, actually, nothing can be compared to that. Nothing can be compared to what Mick Foley did from '98.
Yeah.
But with Six Hell in the Cell, itself, Jeff Hardy, that spot he did with Randy Orton, when was it? Back in 2018? Yeah, 2018. That's that cell spot where he was dangling from the cell wherever, and then he took a bump, I think through a table or on the mat on the ring, and people were going crazy for that. And I said to myself, that was nothing. I could take that spot, and I don't care. Now, if it would have been cool if Randy Orton would call him with an RKO, and then you would have said, then you would have got me. But to me, it was just another spot that Jeff Hardy took. Like who cares? That spot was to me was like whatever. And that's the same way I feel about Austin Theory. That spot that that people were going nuts for, and I said myself, wasn't they really I didn't really care about that much for it. So it is what it is. I just think it goes good. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just thought the spot was nothing, and they brought us the one with that spot because again, when he hit the F5, it wasn't really that impactful when he did it off the pod. Now maybe it would have been better if he did it to do it to have it land in the ring. Maybe you could maybe I could have went wow but no, it was just on the safety mat thing where that the Muse had the steel floor, which they covered up now because now they even PG the Elimination Chamber. Since back in since when they started back in 2017, they started to change just the chamber, which it looks ridiculous. It look like a playground. So Lesnar won, and apparently I'm hearing that Brock Lesnar went for business for himself in this match. Basically went off script. I'm thinking myself they went off script because of the squashes that he did to Rollins, Matt Riddle, and AJ Styles. Maybe the pod thing. I don't know. I don't know what they meant about that. I didn't get a chance to read it to form those articles that they say he went off script. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, Brock Lesnar is a winner, WWE champion, going into WrestleMania Night 2 against Roman Reigns, where I guess it's gonna be a title. But at this moment, they say it's champion versus champion. But if they are going to do champion versus champion, where it says to where the winner is winner take all, and obviously Roman Reigns is going to win. I don't see Brock Lesnar winning. I mean, it would make sense if he does win to get back at Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. But I think the long goal here is Roman Reigns to be the champion as Universal Champion and to win the WWE Championship belt. Only for them to throw away the WWE Championship belt. And again, if they do unify it, the one belt they're going to get rid of is the WWE Championship because they don't care about that belt no more. They buried that belt so many times. It's to a point now where why the WWE isn't around anymore at this point. Without that WWE Championship belt, you should not be around anymore. Because to me, that Universal Championship belt to me is not a good championship belt to me. Because it looks like the WWE Championship belt, minus the straps colors of it. Doesn't matter if it's blue, red, doesn't matter. You can even turn purple or I don't care at this point. Change the belt. If you're going to keep the Universal Championship belt around and get rid of the WWE Championship belt, then change the design of that belt and make it a better championship belt. Then to pull over your brand of WWE. Because even Bret Hart at one point, on YouTube said that piece of crap belt. Just the way it looks, and I agree, it is a piece of crap because all this is a big WWE logo to put over your agenda of that brand. Yeah. Because no one can be bigger. Because no one can be bigger than WWE. But yeah, that was the Elimination Chamber. Just to me, this WWE Elimination Chamber pay-per-view from Saudi Arabia was WWE predictable chamber because we all kind of knew what was going to happen in this match. All these matches, Roman Reigns was going to retain. McIntyre was going to beat Madcap Moss, which no duh. Becky Lynch was going to retain, which she did. No one expected the Usos and Brock Lesnar not to happen because of what they did, but we all knew Brock Lesnar was going to win. And as far as the women's chamber, they Bianca Belair was my pick to win, but I was hoping they'll go with her, and they did. And it makes no sense for Alexa Bliss to win. and Rhea Ripley, they bury her so many times out of her character. It's not even funny. And she shouldn't be going WrestleMania for a title belt because they still got the thing with her and Nikki Ash. But yeah, that was your Chamber pay-per-view. Now, as far as the matches, concerning to me, the tag team match with the women's was a waste of time. Becky Lynch and Lita, I barely care about the match, but it wasn't a bad match. I just thought it was underwhelming. I thought the Chamber match, for the men's, for the championship title match, was kind of underwhelming too as well, especially how they booked it. Roman Reigns and Goldberg was decent. The women's Chamber match, I thought was a good match. Where it tends to just a regular match, and they barely used their own weapons for the Chamber. Any type of they want to use for the Chamber, but still. But yeah, WWE leading up to WrestleMania is not good looking good. After this pay-per-view, it definitely ain't looking good at all. And especially what happened to the Royal Rumble was a piss poor, boring ass Rumble.
Yeah.
Damn. I wonder how WrestleMania is going to be now. How that show is going to be presented.
I just wonder if I'll just be amazed if they even sell half those tickets for that arena.
I know. That's well. I guess we'll have to wait and see then how they do that. But so yeah. But this whole thing. Okay, let me see. I guess it is going to be going to take all. Yeah, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar going to take all match for WrestleMania night 2. Well, WWE, you better have something else in plan for night 2. You better hope you get Stone Cold there, against Kevin Owens. I'm not looking forward to it though. I already mentioned this already. I'm not looking for, even though I'm a big fan of Stone Cold. I'm always gonna be a fan of Stone Cold, of his wrestling, of everything he's done for this business. But not even Stone Cold Steve Austin can is enough. To fix your problems, to fix everything that's going on with this company. Because he ain't gonna be around forever.
Yeah.
But there you go. That was Elimination Chamber, and that's all I gotta say. So anything you want to say, CJ, before I start heading out?
Just like a lot of freaking, if not every one of WWE's pay-per-views lately, freaking Elimination Chamber is just another freaking piss poor freaking pay-per-view or premium live event or whatever fucking thing they're calling it lately. And freaking, I just don't know why the hell people bother wasting money on these stupid fucking shows these days. I'd rather spend $50 on an AEW pay-per-view and know that I'll be getting my freaking $50 worth.
Hell yeah.
And then
exactly.
Those pay-per-views end, I'll be left freaking wanting to see more and freaking looking forward to Dynamite and Rampage that week to see what the hell happens afterward.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. At least at least with them, they're building that pay-per-views properly.
Yeah. There's only 4.
That's why
freaking like months on end to freaking build to each one. While also having the freaking like special episodes every now and again, freaking which also like freaking which are pay-per-views in themselves at times.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm looking forward to I fact we're all looking forward to Revolution pertains to how they're doing it. Their pay-per-view, especially all the cards that got lined up already. They're already setting good to go with that. Unfortunately for WWE with their WrestleManias. What is there to get excited for? What are they building up to for the WrestleMania? As I look at this right now, let's see, where is it? WrestleMania 38. And let's see, what match I see so far for night 1: Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey, and for night 2, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Now, as far as the unknown matches, which we already know what's going to happen at WrestleMania though, but still, it's Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair, the rematch from SummerSlam, and other rematches they have even after SummerSlam. The Mysterios versus Logan Paul and The Miz. And Edge versus someone that he wants that that he cut the promo, but just him in a match at WrestleMania to be announced. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be AJ Styles? Is it going to be Seth Rollins? Is it going to be maybe Cody Rhodes? Is it going to be Cody Rhodes? I doubt that.
If Cody's actually a freaking man of his word and he really is going to be a stay-at-home dad, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's Cody Rhodes, but I doubt that though. But Edge versus AJ Styles, I think it'd be a good match. But the problem is, who's going to be the heel? Or it's just going to be like one of those things that I respect you in a way, but I want to see what was like to face you. Because I heard that you're the best wrestler, you're the phenomenal one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the type of storyline where they could still be their faces, not bad to have as a build for WrestleMania. But as far as but other than that, what else is there? There's nothing else here I can see. Maybe the Usos versus the Viking Raiders if that happens. I don't know if it happened already on SmackDown. That was the way that's been over hours ago. I don't know if it happened already because they didn't want to do it at Saudi Arabia. I had to fly 18 hours of flight to go over there just to do that spot. Just for that match not to happen. I don't know. And what's happening with the tag team titles for the women's? And y'all picture, I don't even know who the tag champ. Oh yeah, I just remember Carmella and Queen Selena. Oh yeah, they're doing great things with those two. I don't know. There's nothing here at all. And they got one more. We're still in February, but they still got to April though. They got to April to really to start bringing stuff up. I mean, what else can they do? Bring back Andre to drop more Battle Royale, the women's Battle Royale, just to to have bodies in there. I don't know. But on that, any more you want to say, CJ?
Oh, the only thing I really just have left to say is I just can't wait for whatever the heck they have planned next week for BT, Dynamite, and everything, and whatever the heck that happens on Rampage, and I just cannot wait for Revolution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because next Friday is going to be the countdown that they're going to be doing for Revolution after Rampage though. But as far as Dynamite, I'm looking forward to Dynamite to see what they got installed. Pertains to Tony Khan's announcement. But yeah, that's gonna be something to look forward to. Maybe it's gonna be an announcement that's gonna lead to a revolution. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. All right. So that being said, I guess we're done. So I basically said what I had to say, which is to the topics in hand. From the beginning, when I started earlier, and then pertains to live reactions. But I thought at tonight's Rampage was to me it was a decent show. It could have been better, especially where the main event should have been the TNT Championship title match, but whatever. And then giving you the results of Elimination Chamber, which was lackluster, underwhelming, not good at all, predictable. And I want to say this too, just because it was predictable to me, not all of it, everything predictable is bad. But the way WWE does it, it just makes it look so worse when you come into a pay-per-view like WWE, and it's so predictable how they do it. Now, when it comes to AEW, they make this predictable too, but at least they try to give you some type of twist and turn where it could be unpredictable, which is a good thing the way they do it. Yeah. So that's something that WWE needs to learn to do. Maybe they can learn a few things about it if Carlos does go in there. But again, we have to wait and see if he does go there or not. But if in case he does, again, I read this before, but this Dawnbreaker T-shirt I got here, okay, Rose, I'm officially retiring this T-shirt. Not because he's going to WWE, but because he left AEW the way he did. Because because of things that happen behind the scene. Until the day he comes back, I will be wearing the T-shirt again in the public. Now, when will that happen? I don't know, but I am officially retiring this T-shirt. But at the end of the day, I'm still a fan of Clay Rose. Despite him leaving AEW. But as far as AEW concerning, AEW is the one company I will always believe in. And AEW, like I said earlier, AEW is fine with or without Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Brain Rose too, by the way. But there you go. So yeah. But thank you all for watching. On behalf of the Asylum, this is Ambrosio Cat, who was here earlier, be part of this. And shout out to everyone in the live chat as well that took time to leave a comment, including myself and CJ. And since for CJ Lone Wolf, I am the artist, formerly known as the Natural Born Thriller. On behalf of Mr. Ricky J21, we're doing on behalf of the Asylum, doing this live reactions because he was able to do it, but I decided to take over. So, and as far as Wednesday, we'll see if CJ or maybe Mr. Ricky J is going to take over. We'll see we'll see how the schedule works out for Mr. Ricky J. But as always, CJ will always have that set up. We'll see how that turns out on Wednesday. But yeah, either way, we're all excited to see what happens on Dynamite Wednesday, and hopefully with his to Mr. BJ, we'll try to do a sound show. But if we can't, then I'm gonna talk to Mr. Rick and Jay. Obviously offline on different social site DMs. Let them know that I still plan on doing the Asylum episode. I'll be trying to do episode 3 because I want to do one. Especially with things that we need to cover that needs to be covered. Because it's been way long overdue, but we'll get to that. But yeah, so that being said, thank you all for watching. As we all say, peace on the streets here. To all you, be well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world. Wear your mask before you wear any goes of any kind. Make sure you sanitize your hands of all times because we're still in the middle of a pandemic. Just saying, like so. But also to be better, to be respectful, to be appreciative, to love one another. God bless one another. Live in peace and harmony for us all. Hope you all take good care of yourselves. So we're out of here. CJ, you want to say anything before? Any more you want to say before we leave?
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody. And like he said, take care of yourself and stay safe out there because it's crazy out there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And also, fuck WWE.
And fuck Pat McAfee and fuck NXT 2.0 because it's NXT shit.
Make it sound like
But yeah.
a cop or something driving by your house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a good example too of taking care of yourself because apparently someone's not taking care of themselves. but not personal. But yeah. Have a good night, guys, and take care.
Night, guys.